Hi all, welcome to Data Analytics and BI. In this tutorial, we will discuss about data visualization part. Okay. So why do we use visuals and data visualization? So in order to represent the data, so when we see the numbers, we will able to understand, few will not be able to understand. So in order to give the client, business owners, or the end user or the customers, so what we can do? We can directly give the visualization. Okay, so the data can be easily summarized and easily understandable to the end user. So that is the reason we go for visualization part. Okay, now let us see what do we have in the canvas. Okay, now let us see what do we have in the canvas and other functions available. Okay, other functions and other options available. So in the report view, we build the reports. Okay, in the report view, we build the reports. Okay, so what do we have? The main thing that we use is visualizations. Okay, so in the visualization, what do? We in the build, there are two options available. Okay, first one is build visual. Okay, in the build visual, we have different types of visuals available. Okay, in the build visual, we have different types of visuals available. And the next one is format visual. Okay, the next one is format. Okay, the next one is format. So if you see, this is like a sketch. Okay, so if you want to make any changes to the visual, we can use it. We can change it by using formatting the page. We can sketches. We can go for aesthetics. Okay, we can go for coloring. We can increase or decrease the font size. We can give the border coloring. We can give the bar coloring. Whatever the changes that we want to do for the visual, we can do it in the visualization. Okay, so that is what we have it. So what are all the options available? I haven't selected any visual. Okay, I have not selected any visual in add data to your visual or build visual. Okay, I haven't selected any visual. So the one which you see, this is called as, okay, this is called as, within the dotted lines, it is called as canvas. Okay, within the dotted lines, okay, within the dotted lines, this is called as a canvas. Okay, this is called as a canvas. So here we can add, we can go for canvas setting, or we can give the canvas background, we can go for wallpaper and all things. Okay, so let us go through the page information. The first and foremost option available, I haven't selected any visual, so that is the reason we are getting page information. Okay, let me expand page information. Okay, what do we have? We have two options. First one is page name, name of the page, and the second option is allow use as tooltip. Third one is allow question and answers. Okay, we will discuss question and answers a little later. Now let me change this into the canvas setting. Okay, let me click on enter. Now you see the page name has been changed. Okay, the page name has been changed from page 1 to canvas setting. Okay, so let us go through the other options, other changes that we have it in the other formatting of the page. Simply formatting the page. Okay, next one is canvas setting. Let me expand canvas setting. So what do we have in the canvas setting? So we have type. Okay, we have type. So everything is being calculated by the pixel. Okay, everything is being calculated by the pixel. What do we have? The height is 720 pixel. Width is 1280 pixel. This is the standard pixel that we have it. Okay, height is 720, width is 1280. Height is 720. Okay, width is 1280. So this is the standard. Okay, every organization or everybody uses the standard format. Okay, so let me click on this, expand the type. So what do we have? 4 by 3. Now it is 16 by is the standard default to format of the type. Next one is 4 by 3. Let me click on 4 by 3. Okay, we got the 4 by 3. What are the changes that we see in the 4 by 3? Height is 720, same height, but width is 960. Okay, this one is 960. Height is 720. Okay, and the next one is letter. Okay, letter. So what is the letter? We see when we were kids, we used to see the letters. You see the format of the letters we used to send to our auntie, uncle, grandmother, grandfather when we were kids. You see that format of the letter. So this is the format of letter. Okay, so this is what we have it. The next one is tooltip. So tooltip we will discuss in further session. Okay, tooltip we will discuss. The height is 1240 and width is 320. The next one is custom. Okay, let me click on 16 by 9 and let us go through the custom. In the custom, we can increase the height, we can increase the width. Okay, let me go for the same width in the height. Okay, you see, now we got the height, same height. Okay, let me make it 1500. Okay, now you see we got it. Let me increase the width to 1500. Okay, now you see we got the width. And alignment, we can go for middle. You see, the alignment we can go for middle. Top, we can go for top. Okay, so this is what we have it in the custom. Let me make it 16 by 9 as the default, or I can click on reset to default so that we can get into the previous settings, previous option that we were on. Okay, so this is the canvas setting. Okay, this is canvas setting. Let us go through canvas background. What is canvas background? The one which you see within the dotted lines is the canvas background. Okay, within the dotted lines. The one which you see within the dotted lines is the canvas background. Okay, so what is the color that we have it? So it is white color. Let me click on light 20% darker. Okay, now we are not able to see, but why? We have an option called as transparency. If we go for 100% transparency, we will not be able to see this. Let me make it 50%. Now you see the color has been changed to 20% darker. If I make the changes to 16% or 0%, we will see the 100% or the 20% of the background color. Okay, canvas background. And here what I can do, I can add the image to the background, canvas background. Okay, I can add the image to the background. Let me go to download and I can take logo. Okay, let me click on Power BI logo and click on open. Now you see we have the Power BI logo, but image fit is fit. Let me make it stretch. Now you see we got the stretch. Let me click on fill. It will be filled. So this is canvas background. What do I do now? Let me click on reset to default. Yes, we went to the previous position. Next is wallpaper. Wallpaper includes, okay, wallpaper includes. What is the wallpaper? Wallpaper includes the complete, okay, let me draw this. Okay, from here. Okay, so the complete one. This is the wallpaper. Okay, within the, okay, not the filter. Okay, do not consider the filter. Wallpaper. Okay, what do we have in the wallpaper? Okay, so if you see the color, so you will understand when I change the color. Okay, you will see the line between the filter, the line which is have the filter, and behind the dotted lines. Okay, that is wallpaper. Let me make it 20% darker. Okay, now you see dotted lines. After the dotted lines also we are able to see the color, but previously in the canvas background we were able to see only the color within the dotted lines. Okay, so what do I do now? I can also select the image. Okay, what is that image? Let me go for Power BI logo and click on open. So we will get it throughout the wallpaper. Okay, stretches, yes, and click on fill. Yes, it will be filled. So this is the wallpaper. Let me click on reset to default to get into the previous position, previous settings. Expand the filter pane. Okay, what do we have? We have the filter pane. Expand the filter pane. So we have filter on this page and filter on all pages. Okay, so in order to show this filter pane, so I can go for, so you see the font size is Sego UI, the font style. Click on this, expand this, and you observe filter on this page, you observe this. Okay, you will see the difference. Let me make it Sego UI bold. So you see it is getting bold. Okay, and text and icon colors, let me change it. Okay, let me make it to this color. Now you see it is changing. Let me make it to some other color. Okay, now you are able to see it. Okay, inputs, what is the input box? Okay, let me make it into some other color. You see the search option is being changed. The input box color has been changed, the search color. Okay, header, so header filters, if you want to increase the size, yes, we can increase the size of the filter on this page, the headers. Search box, we can also increase the search box size. If you want to make changes to the border, okay, border color of the filter pane, we can change that color. Okay, background also we can change it. So let me make it to light background, light 30% darker. Now you see we are able to see the 30% darker. Okay, options. In the options, what do we have? Pane width, it is 200 pixel. Okay, if I increase or decrease the size, now you see you are able to see the size, pane width. Okay, you see the pane width. Okay, if I increase or decrease, it is changing. You see, increase or decrease, it is changing. But by default, it is 180 or 200 pixel. Okay, we can also apply the color to the check boxes. Okay, that is the pane, filter pane. Okay, that is filter pane. Let us go through the next one, which is filter cards. Okay, if we want to see the filter card, we need to enter the data. We need to have the filter condition or the data in it. So let me click on reset to default, minimize the filter pane. Okay, let me enter some data. Okay, let me enter some data. So let me take the product. Okay, product AC, and let me go for taking fridge. Okay, fridge, and let me click on enter, load the data, and let me add the filter into filter on this page or filter on all pages. Okay, filter on this page or filter on all pages. When we go through further session, we can discuss about the filters. How can we filter the data? Okay, for now let me add the filter, anything. So let me add filter on this page, the product. Okay, we have added that. Okay, so if you see apply settings to, okay, it is default. Okay, it is default. For example, if I click on AC, it should be highlighted. Okay, it is default. But let me click on applied. Let me click on AC. Yes, it is getting applied. When we apply any filter, this filter card will be highlighted. So let me make some changes. Okay, if I click on anything, you see it is getting highlighted. Okay, if I go for default, okay, it is getting highlighted. Okay, this is only to the text and icon color. Okay, this is only to the text and icon color. Okay, the one which you see, this is an icon, expand or collapse filter card. It is also icon, remove filter. It is also lock filter is also icon. Okay, let me clear the filter. Now you see eraser symbol, clear the filter. Okay, so let me take this off. Okay, let it be like that. Let me make it Sego bold. Okay, Sego bold. When I click on it, it will be selected Sego bold. Okay, So expand the input. Input box color is white color. Let me make it yellow. Okay, let me make it yellow. You see, when I'm selecting, it is becoming yellow. So make it default. Make it default. And again, we also have, so let me take this off and again click on this. Yes, it is. Okay, the text color. Expand the border. The border is lighter. So let me make changes to this color. Now you see the border color has been changed to that color. Okay, and also the background color. So what do we want to give the background color? So if I go for this color, we will get the background color. What is the transparency that you want to make it? Whether do you want to make it thick transparency, more transparency, or less transparency, we can make it. Okay. And what do we have in the option over here? We have the option like require single selection. If I click on AC fridge, I can select AC fridge at a time. Or if I go for require single selection, I can only select single. Okay. I cannot select more than one filter at a time. Okay. This is required single selection. So this is about filter cards. Okay. So this is about the visualization, the overall tutorial. We will discuss about different types of visuals and also what are the aesthetics or what are the terms and conditions or what kind of changes, the font size and all the options that are available. We will discuss all those. So let me pull one data. So click on Excel workbook. Let us go through the same data that we use regularly, that is sales data, sales, and click on open. So let it load, let the data load. So let me select product sales territory and click on load. Yes, the data is loading. Let's see. Yeah, so the data is loaded. So let us go through the first and foremost thing. When the data loads, we need to go to model view and check whether do we have the relation between the tables. Yes, we do have the relation between the tables. So go to the report view. So report view is the view that we use it for development, report to development. So what do we deal? We go through all the visuals. So for what kind of analysis, which visual can be used, we will go through one by one. The first and foremost visual that we deal with is the table visual. Okay, first and foremost visual is the table visual. Let me click on the table visual. Yes, I've clicked on the table visual and let me minimize the filter pane. Increase the size. Okay, increase the size of the visual and let me name this as table visual. Okay, table visual. Click on enter. Okay, so okay, so what do we do now? Let us do? Let us give the title of this page. Okay, in the page, let us give the title. For giving the title, we have a visual called as text box. Okay, so we can write in the text box. Okay, click on this is the text box. Okay, add a text to your box. So what I do here, so I can type table visual. Okay, I can type table visual. Okay, so here what we have the font style, font size, and font color. Do we need to make it bold, italic, underline? Whether do we want to have the left side, center, right side? Okay, and decrease indentation. Okay, increase indentation, insert link, superscript, subscript, all these options. Okay, we want to have the title as bullet list or number list. Okay, the way we see in the Excel or in the Word, in the PPT, we have the same thing in here. Okay, Control A and increase the font. So make it 24. Okay, make it 24. Let me increase the size of the visual. Decrease the width. Okay, and decrease the height. So increase the width. So here let me go for another. Okay, Times New Roman and let me make it center. okay, and make it bold. So we can also make the color of the visual. Okay, so let us have the background color. Okay, let us have the background color of the table visual. Okay, so how can we do that? The background color of the table visual. So let me click on this, go to the effects. Okay, we have the option called as background. Click on this and let us go for light background. Okay, and make this as white or any other color. Okay, any other color. Okay, no, it doesn't look good. So let me make it some other color. Okay, red color, does it look good? Yes, okay, it looks good. Or let us go with white. Is that fine? White? No, no, no. So let us go with a red color. Okay, so we can change the color. Okay, and also go to the effects and add the visual border so that we get the borders around the visual. Okay, make it 10 so that we get the rounded corners. Okay, make it red. You see now we got the visual border. You see the rounded corners we get it on the corners of the visual. Okay, so we got it. So we created the text box. We created the text box. Okay, we have added the title. Now let me click on the visual, table visual. So what did we select? We have selected the table visual. So what do we have in here in the table visual? We can add the columns in the column section. Okay, we can add, you see, add data fields here. Okay, add data fields here. In the columns, okay, in the columns, we can add from the data, we can add the columns in here. Okay, add a data field here. We can add multiple columns. Let me expand the product, add the category. Okay, check the box or drag and drop. Where is that another one subcategory? We have subcategory drag and drop under the category. And also expand the sales or expand the territory, add the region. Okay, add the region. And what do we have? And let us go, and we also have the product name. Let me add product name under the category. Move this region little above. Okay, region, category, subcategory, product name. Okay, let me also add the color. Let's see what do we have in the color. No, it is not available. So let me not take the color. And what do we have? Do we have any other thing? So let me also add the start date. Okay, start date and make it date hierarchy. Okay, start date instead of hierarchy, make it start date. So we will get it in a date. Click on this and make it only date because time is completely zero. It doesn't make any sense. Make it date. And instead of long date, let us make it short date. Yes, we made the short date. Okay, we have added. I can scroll down and I can also go here. Add total. Where is that? Do we have total product car? Total sales amount. We need to make it into whole number. Click on yes. And now let us add total sales amount over here. Yes, we added total sales amount. So instead of directly adding the implicit measures, what do we need to do? We need to create the measure. Okay, right click on the new measure. Now let us create total sales. Total sales equal to sum of total sales amount. Close the bracket, click on enter. So there is no need of selecting, don't summarize or average, minimum, maximum. We can directly add the measure. Yes, total sales, we have added. Make it dollar. Automatically, it will be separated by the comma. Yes, it is a dollar. So we have added region, start date, category, subcategory. So table visual takes the data, the columns in the column section. Okay, we have added it. Okay, what is the next thing that we need to go through? So I can also add, if I would like to add any other, I can also add. So let me add order date. Okay, start date. Let me also add order date, expand it and click on order date only. Do not add the hierarchy. So what do we have in the hierarchy? Year, quarter, month, day. So I do not want that. So let us add only the date. Okay. So what do we have? Next thing is that, let me click on this, make it short date only. Short date. Okay. Now let us go through each and every option that we have it. So in the build visual, we can choose the visual. Okay. In the build visual. Okay. Remember, in the build visual, we can choose different types of visuals. Okay. These are all the visuals available. These are all the visuals available. So what did we choose? We chose the table visual. Okay, in the columns. Okay, in the columns, whatever the required columns that are available for our analysis, we have added in the columns. Okay, one by one we have added it. And the next one is format your visual. Okay, so format the visual. What is formatting the visual? Editing the visuals. Okay, editing the visuals. And the next one is, okay, next one is add further analysis to the visual. Okay, for now, let us go through formatting the visual. Okay, let us go through formatting the visual. Okay, so what do we have in the visual? Again, it is in the formatting the visual. We have visual and general options. Two options available. So we have visual, which is completely related to the visual. And also another one is general. What is the pixel size? What is the background, rounded corners that we can go for? Those options will be in the general. Okay, so let me expand style preset. So in the style, under the style, we have different types of styles available. Okay, first one is default. When we enter, we will automatically get the default. So let me click on none. Okay, default, this is the default style. Let me click on none. Yes, we got the none. Okay, let me increase the size. Okay, you will be easily understanding it. Okay, and the next option, okay, next style is minimal. So different styles. Okay, the color changes, the border we get, the whatever the color we get. Okay, so we have got a light blue color under the column header. Okay, and let me go for bold headers. We get the region, start date, order date category. It will be bold headers. And the next one is alternate rows. We get the light black color alternate rows. Okay, light gray color. And the next one is contrast alternating rows. Another one. And flashy rows. We get different color. Another color changes. Bold header, flashy rows. So headers will become bold headers. Next option sparse. And the next option condensed. Okay. So this is what we have it. So if I click on reset to default, then we get into the previous position. Okay. This is about the style. Let me minimize the style. Okay. Expand the grid. What is the grid? Okay. What is the grid lines? So the grid lines are, okay, the one which you see, this is a grid line. Okay. And we have horizontal grid lines and vertical grid lines. Okay. Horizontal grid lines and vertical grid lines. Vertical grid lines. Okay. Horizontal grid lines and vertical grid lines. So how do we add the horizontal and vertical grid lines? Let us see that. Okay. So you see grid lines are enabled. If I turn this off, you will not be able to see the grid lines, the horizontal one. Okay. Let me add. Let us make it black 60% lighter. Increase the width of the grid lines. You see the grid lines, the horizontal grid lines. You see, this is the horizontal grid line. This one is the horizontal grid line. Okay, the width has been changed. Okay, if I turn this off, we will not be able to see the grid line. You see the horizontal grid line. This one, this is the horizontal grid line. And the next one is vertical grid lines. So, okay, this one is the vertical grid line. And this one is the horizontal H. Okay, this one is the vertical grid line. You remember that. Okay, now let me add the horizontal grid lines also. It is disabled. Let me turn this on. Okay, now you see the vertical grid lines. Let me increase the size and let me make the different color. You will be able to see the grid lines. Okay, you see this is vertical grid line. Okay, this one is vertical grid line. Okay, this one is vertical grid line. Okay, so let me come down. We have, let me expand the borders. We have the borders. Okay, what kind of a borders that we see? So the borders that we want to make it on each and the corners, I mean, each and every. So you see on the region, start date, order date, on the above the region, we do not have the line. This is a border. After the total sales. Okay, let me show that to you. So this is the one border. Okay, on the top, this is the, after the total, we have the border. Okay, right side, left side. Okay, this is the left side border. Okay, after I scroll down at the end. Okay, at the end, and after the total, this is the bottom border line. Okay, there are four borders: top, bottom, left and right. So you see the goodness of Power BI. Everything, each and every changes, if we want to make it, we can go through the options and we can go for making the changes to the visual. Okay. For now, let me disable the grid lines. So it would be easy for us to understand the borders. Click on the reset to default. Do we have the reset to default? Okay. Under the, here we have the reset to default. Now, let me expand the options. So not the options. Yeah, borders. Okay. So what do we have? All. If I expand all, we have column headers. If you only want to add column headers border, I can add the column headers. You see the blue color. If I increase the size, you will be easily able to understand. Okay. This one is column header border only. So we have added bottom. Okay. If you also want to add the top, okay, this one, I can also add it. Enable the top. Yes, we got it. Left side, only to the column headers. Okay. Only to the column headers. Okay, only to the column headers here and also here we will get it. Okay, let me enable this. Left you see, yes. Right you see, yes, we got it. Okay, this is only for the column headers. And the next option is value section. Okay, value section. Let me click on the top. Above the values, whatever you see, Canada, okay, the date, accessories, bikes, these are all the values. Click on top. Bottom. Okay, let me click on the left. You will understand left. Okay, what do we have on the left side? This is the left border. Okay, let me increase the font. Let me increase the width. Make it 5. You will be easily see. We can see this. You see, right side we will see this. So this is value section. Next one is total section. Okay, come down. So where do we have the total section? So this one is the total. Okay, this one is the total. So I can also add on the top we have it. You see on the top we have it is enabled. Okay, let me increase the font size. You will be able to see this. And bottom you will be seeing left side. Yes, we will have right side. Yes, we have it. Okay, for all the sides we have, for all the sections we have added the borders. All we can directly add it all without selecting the sections. We can add it automatically. So this is the borders. Okay, make it reset to default. Okay, options. What do we have the options? Row padding. Okay, the next option is row padding in the options. What is row padding? Under each and every row, okay, under each and every row, what is the space that you see in between each and every row? Now you see we have only one. If I increase the padding under each and every row, it will increase. You see the space is being increased. This is row padding. A global font size. Now let us directly not go to the global font size. Let us go through the individual font size and let's see that. Okay, disable this, minimize this, minimize this, minimize. Under the grid, we have completed the grids. Expand the values. What do we have in the values? So the values of the font size is, the font style is Sego UI. Make it bold. Okay, the value section is being changed. We have separate for the values. We can change the aesthetics, font size, font style, text color. For the column header, we can change it. For the totals, we can change it. I mean, the total comes under the values only. Okay, coming to the column header, no, nothing has changed. We have applied the changes only to the values. Okay, only the value section changes. Only the value section changes. And the next one is, we can, let us go to some other. Okay, let us go to some other. Click on bold, everything becomes bold. Only the values. Okay, italic, we can make it italic. Underline, we can give the underline to each and every value. Okay, that is what we have it. Text color, we can change it into some other color. Okay, this is alternate text color. Background color, we can go for changing the background color of the visual, only the visual. Okay, and alternate color also we can make the changes. Okay, alternate background color also we can change it. Okay, that is the value. Text wrap. What is the text wrap? Let me make it to default, reset to default, and we have an option called as text wrap. Okay, what is the text wrap? Let us see that. Okay, so if you see here text wrap, if I minimize the product, okay, if I minimize the product, I see as per the width of the column, the bike has come down. Okay, for bike has come down. Okay, If I disable this, we will see the dot dot dot. You see, we will see the dot 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 in the text wrap. If I enable this, we will see the bike under it. So that is text wrap. Okay, let me make it to reset to default. Okay, and increase the width of the column. Okay, this is width of the column. Okay, so this is about the values. Let us go through the column headers. Okay, next option is column headers. Okay, next option is column headers. So this one, column headers, we deal with column headers. Now let us see, if I make the changes to the column headers, yes, the font style changed. We can increase the size of the font, only the column headers. Okay, column header size is being increased. Text color, we can make the changes to the text color. Okay, background color of the column headers only. Make it gray, you see. And alignment of the header alignments, make it center, it changes. Make it right side, yes, it changes. Okay, same thing with the text wrap. Okay, if I decrease this, okay, if I decrease this, you see the name has come down. Okay, the name has come down. If I turn this off, if we will be able to see the wrapping dot dot dot. So that is text wrap. Okay, option auto size width. What is auto size width is turned on when, okay, in the product name. Okay, in the product name, if I write something, product name and new, product name new, and click on enter. Okay, you see automatically. Okay, what do we have? So we have, okay, let me make it something like this. Okay, let me make it something like this. Let me write product name, some number. Okay, we already made it. But the thing is that as per the data, okay, product size, sorry, column in the options. Okay, in the options, auto size width, automatically it will adjust the width of the column based on the data, based on the size we have it in the column. Okay, automatically it will adjust the width. Okay, that is auto size width. Okay, let me decrease this. Let me decrease this and show that to you. Okay, it is not turned on. Okay, it is not turned on. So let me turn this on. Option, let me turn this on. Okay, you see automatically it got adjusted. Did you observe the change? So as per the size, as per the width of the column, so automatically auto size width, it adjusts itself. Okay, based on the data. Let me click on reset to default. Okay, everything changes. And minimize this and expand the totals. Okay, you see, let me scroll down. The totals are enabled. The values are enabled. Let me disable this. Now you see we are not able to see the totals. We do not see any totals. Expand this. Okay, enable this. Now we are able to see the totals. Now whatever the changes that we do, it is completely applicable to the totals only. So I can make it total sales. I can write total sales. You see the totals becomes total sales. We can rename this. Font size, font style, we can make changes and increase the size. Make it italic, make it underline. Yes, it changes. Text color. Now it is black color. I can go for making to some other color. Okay, blue color. Background color only applicable to the totals. You see, and let me make it to default. Reset to default. Okay, disable, minimize total sales. Expand the specific column. Okay, what is specific column? Sometimes client request. Okay, I would like to see some color coding on the columns, only to specific columns. Most of the time, client or the user request us to color the value section, the measures. Now you see series region. Okay, we have start date, order date. Okay, it is applicable to the specific column. Apply to values. Okay, so we have three options available under it. Apply to header, apply to total, apply to values. What do we want to apply? Apply the colors and alignment. Okay, apply the colors and the alignment. For now, let me select the total sales. Okay, apply to values. Click on the text color and I can go for making the changes to text color. Okay, the color has been changed to the pink color. Make it some other color. Okay, background color, make it to light gray. Yes, it is getting only applied to the total values only. Okay, we are not able to see. Let me make some other color. Yes, it is applicable to only to the background color. Now you see the alignment, it is towards the right side. Make it click on the left. Now you see it is on the left side. To the center. Yes, it is to the center. To the right. Yes, it is to the right. Okay. And what we are trying to do, we are only applying to the values. Okay, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. No, it is the options are not applicable to the totals. Okay, click on the apply to totals. Yes, it is applied to the totals. Let me scroll up. Okay, apply to the header. Okay, click enable this. You see the changes are applicable to the headers also. Okay, so what we are trying to do, we have highlighted the total sales. Whenever the client opens the report, he can easily understand, okay, this is the value section. Okay, I need to look into. Okay, we can also click on others. Okay, region, click on the region. Okay, make it center. You see everything is being made into center. Okay, and background color, make it this color. You see the background color is being changed. Where do we want to apply? Apply to headers. Turn this on. Yes, our headers will be applied. Apply to totals. Yes, it will be applied to the totals also. Okay, that is the series specific column. Okay, let me make it reset to default and disable this cell element. Next one is cell element. So what do we need to apply any specific conditions to the values or to the other dimension data? So you see what all the options available. So the options available, we can switch the ribbons. Okay, switch. We can minimize this. You see this option. You see this option. Just a second. You see this option, the up arrow. I can click on that to minimize a little bit. Okay, you see, yes, we have minimized it. Okay, so what we can see here. So we have the background color. Okay, we have the background color in the apply settings too. We have the background color. We can add the background color. We can change the font color. We can add the icons. We can also add the web URL to the column that we select. Okay, let me click on the total sales. Okay, total sales. Okay, what do we need to add? Do we need to add background color? Do we need to enable the background color? This is called as a conditional formatting. This is also called as conditional formatting. Enable background color. Yes, it is enabled to the background color. The background color is enabled. By default, it is showing the blue color. Let me click on FX. Okay, make this property change under different conditions that you define. It is also called as conditional formatting. Let me click on FX. Okay, what do we have? We have formatting, format style, apply to, and which field do we should we base this on? Okay, how should we format empty values, and what is the minimum value color? Okay, light blue color, maximum value color. Okay, highest color dark. Okay, blue color. So now let us go through different options available in here. Okay, we have in the format style. Let me expand. Gradient, rule, and field value. And how do we want to apply? Only to values, values and totals, only totals. Okay, so automatically the gradient represents that based on the lowest and highest, automatically it assigns the color coding. So we can give the smaller color, okay, light red color, and in the highest color, I can go for more colors, make it green. Okay, make it green and click on OK. Okay, highest color we get the green and lowest color we get the red. Okay, I can scroll down and let's see whether do we have the red. We got the red, but based on the background color. Okay, so let me make it default. Did we? Yes, we did. Okay, based on the background color, it is giving like that. Okay, so okay, we can go for it, or we can also go for ascending and descending sorting of the data by clicking on the column in the visual. Now you see red color. This is because of the background color. Okay, this is specific. No, I think in the cell element. Okay, so let me click on the FX again. Okay, let me click on the FX. Yeah. It is yes, it is gradient. Yeah. So yes, the red color is getting applied to the lowest values. And we also see another option, add middle color. Do we want to add any middle color? Click on this. Okay. Okay. Scroll up, scroll down. Okay. Scroll down. We also get the middle color. Okay. Scroll down. We also get the middle color as the yellow. Okay. I think we need to scroll more. I can click on this. Yeah. You see middle color yellow. Okay. 7917 is yellow. Okay. This is automated based on the condition. It is automated. Automatically, it is segregated the highest and lowest value. This is by the gradient. And the next option available is rules. How do we want to see? Okay, we can add the rules. Okay, we can add the rules. We are applying it on the total sales, and whether are we selecting the percentage or the number. And we can color code based on the percentage or the condition. Let me click on if value greater than or equal to 0, number less than or equal to 1000, less than or equal to 1000, I can give the text color as red color. Okay, and the next, click on the new rule. If the value is greater than or equal to 1000, 1001, make it number less than or equal to 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Okay, make it green color. Click on more colors and select the color. Click on the green, make it green color. We only have the two colors. Okay. Now let me click on the OK section. Okay. So we got green color. Okay. Based on the condition we got. But for the highest number, we did not give it. Okay. Let me click on the new rule. Okay. Greater than or equal to maximum. Let me go for number maximum. Okay. We have it. Let me make it equal to, okay, equal to direct to max. Why are we not getting max? Greater than max, or we can go for, okay, we can directly give greater than 10,000. Okay, greater than 10,000, less than maximum. Do we get, yeah, less than maximum. Okay, I can go for some other color and click on OK. Okay, scroll up, scroll up. Now you see we are able to see the maximum as yellow color or gold color. Okay, this is background color. Okay, this is by the rule. This is by the rule. Next one is field value. Okay, what field should we base this on? Okay, let me cancel this. Let us create one condition. Okay, let us create one condition. Right click. Okay, new measure. New measure. Okay, so condition equal to if. Okay, total sales. Okay, let me write only two conditions. If total sales less than or equal to 10,000. Okay, sorry, greater than or equal to 10,000. Okay, make it 1. Else 0. Close the bracket. Click on enter. Okay, I will go for conditional formatting. Okay, remember this. Conditional formatting we created to one measure. Okay, click on FX. Here, what do I do? In the rules, I can pick that. I can pick that measure that we created. In the sales conditional formatting, click on this. Okay, so what I can write here, I can directly write equal to 1. Equal to 1. Okay, number. So make it green color because which is greater than 10,000. And the new rule, okay, equal to 0. Make it number and make it everything, make it red color. Okay, let us go with a darker red color. Okay, and click on OK. Okay, now you see whichever are, whether it is following the number. Okay, let me make it greater than. So let me make it greater than. Now we will see. Now you see. So you see whichever are greater than. Okay, whichever are greater than 10,000, it is green color. And next one, whichever doesn't, which is less than 10,000, it is red color. You see, whichever less than 10,000, it is red color, and whichever greater than 10,000 based on the condition. You see, based on this condition, it is working based on this condition. You see, conditional formatting. Okay, if total sales greater than or equal to $10,000, Okay, everything is green because we have given in the fx, in the field value we gave that, and we have selected the color. You see how beautiful it is. By conditional formatting we can give the, we can select the color coding, so client can easily understanding, okay, these are green color. Or we can also go for, we can also go for icons. Let me turn this off, enable the icons. Now you see whichever are more than that, it is automatically assigning the icons. Okay, let us go through the font color now. Okay, now you see font color, it is changing. Click on the effects, same thing. I can select the field value. I can select the conditional formatting. Okay, oh, now I'm not able to get it. Okay, in the font color I think it is, we will not be able to get it, I think. Okay, data bars, we can add the data bars based on the highest and lowest value, it is automatically assigns the data bars. Let me take this off. Okay, data bars, we can assign the highest value, negative value, and lowest value, negative value, and highest value. And the next option available is icons. I can click on this. Okay, in the icons we have rules and field value. Okay, let us go with, now let us go with the rules only. If you see, the data is automatically, whatever the data that we have, the totals that we have, the totals that falls under 0 to 33%. Okay, 0 to 33%, it will assign rhombus, red color. The data that falls under, the total sales that falls under 33 to 67 percentage, triangle, yellow color. 67 to 100%, circle, green color. Okay, so I can directly click on OK. So we directly get it. Okay, we got it. Let me click on the FX again. We have icon layout, left to left of the data. I can also go for only icons. Okay, we will not get the values. Okay, we will not get the values. If you see here, you see 7730 that we have it. If I click on OK, we will only get the icons. Okay, we will only get the icons. Let me click on the FX again. And the next one is right of the data. So it will be right of the data, right of the values. Again and again, let me erase this. And again, the next one FX, click on whether, how do we want this? Okay, whether do we want this icons only to the middle, we can make it middle. Okay, it comes to middle. But if you also want to change the alignment of the total sales, okay, change the alignment of the icons, expand the specific, expand, click on the total sales and click on the alignment to center. These icons move to center. You see, these icons move to center. Click on the alignment left side. Yes, it moves to left side. Click on this. Okay, this is the way we can arrange the icons, the alignment of the icons. Okay, and click on this FX again. Okay, in the middle, in the bottom also we can make it. Here we are in the rule. I can also select the field value. Okay, icons only. What is the field value that we want to select? Expand the data, all data, sales, conditional formatting. No, we are not able to get it. Okay, values only, totals and values, bottom left. Okay, let me ignore this. Okay, so this is icons. This is called as cell element or conditional formatting. We can also do it in another way. Expand the total sales. You see this icon? To expand this icon, this symbol, to expand. Okay, click on this, we will get the options. You see, remove fields, rename this visual. Okay, move up, down, we can move this up and down. You see, we can move this up and down. Expand it again, move to the bottom. Yes, we can move it. Click on this again. Conditional formatting. Okay, this falls under conditional formatting. Same option. Click on the background color. Yes, this is also called as cell elements or the conditional formatting. And what do we have in the next option after cell elements? URL icon. Turn this on, but you can ignore this URL icon. Image size. What is the image size? It is 75 pixel, 75 pixel. I think when we add the image, we will get it. Okay, it's not the image. We haven't added anything. Okay. Next one is spark lines. Cell element. I think if I, okay, you can ignore these spark lines. If we get accessibility also, you can ignore the accessibilities. Okay. Okay, I'll explain little later. Okay, now let us go through the general. Okay, what kind of options that we have it in the general? Expand the properties. Okay, expand the position. What do we have in here? We have the size and the position. What is the height? The height is 583. The height is 583 and width is 1280. What is the default? It is 720 pixel. The height is 720 pixel and width is 1280. So do we need to, if you want to adjust the height and width, we can adjust. Increase it, it goes, the height increases. If I increase this, you see 613. If I decrease this, 573. If I decrease the width, okay, if we decrease the width, yes, we can see 1260. Increase it, yes, it changes. This is the properties. Okay, this is the properties. Let me erase this. And the next one is position. Okay, what is the position? What is the position from the horizontal and vertical lines? If I go for giving 5, okay, from the horizontal we get it 5 pixel. Okay, from the horizontal we get the 5 pixel. Let me decrease this. 20, you can make it 60. Okay, if I give 5 pixel, okay, if I make it 0, if I give 5 pixel, okay, let me make some. Okay, vertical it is changing. Okay, from the horizontal whether it is changing? No, it is not changing. You observe it. I think from the left side it changes. Okay, this is okay. You see this one, table visual, expand the properties, position. From the horizontal, it is 19 pixel. Okay, from the left side, it is 19 pixel. If I decrease, it is 96 pixel. If I increase, this is from the left side. Horizontal is like from the left side within the dotted lines, how many pixel that we have it. Okay, if I can give 5 pixel, okay, it adjusts. If I increase, I can also give it 10 pixel. Okay, we will get it. Okay, so this is position. So from the vertical, it is 11. I can make it 0. From the top, this is vertical. Okay, this is horizontal. Okay, what is vertical? What is horizontal? Okay, this one above, this one is vertical. Okay, this one is vertical. This one is horizontal. Side you see horizontal. Above on the top you see vertical. From the vertical, how many pixel the gap that we have it? Okay, from the vertical, how many pixel that we have it? If I go for horizontal side, here horizontal. Okay, how many pixel that we have it? Make it, let me give it 5. Let me give it 5. So it moves little bit. Okay, let me give it 5. It moves little bit. Okay, on the bottom, on the vertical from the above, how many pixel that we have it? I can give 10. Okay, it comes down to 10 pixel. I can also give it 10 here. Okay, you see it is moving. So that is horizontal and vertical positioning. Next one is padding. Okay, this is applicable inside the visual. Okay, this is applicable inside the visual. You observe it. What is the padding? Let me make it 10 on the visual on the top, this one. Okay, this one. This is padding from the horizontal. You observe it. Okay, if I increase this, if I make it 15, okay, from the up we got some space added. That is padding. From the left side also, if I make it 15, you see from the left side it is added. From the bottom of the visual, 15. Yes, the space is added. From the right side, it is added. So that is padding. Advanced option, maintain layer order. You can ignore this. Okay, so this is what we have it. Expand the title. Expand the title and we can give the title. Okay, total sales by region. I can write some title and heading. We can go for headings, different style heading. Okay, din. Okay, the font style is din. Let me make it Cambria Mutt and increase the size, make it bold, and only it is applicable to the title. And what is the alignment that we want to go for it. Make it middle. Subtitle also we can add it. Background color, let me go for light. Okay, add the subtitle, enable this. Okay, so we can also go for adding category. Okay, and make it bold, increase the size, align it. So this is subtitle, title and subtitle. Divider, whether do we need to have the divider between the subtitle and the next, we can have that. Solid line or dash line. Okay, now you are not able to see, increase the width. Okay, dotted lines, dash lines, dotted lines. Yes, we can separate the title from the values, from the headers. Okay, spacing. What is the space that we want to have it? Okay, what is the space that we want to have it between the title and the headers? Let me click on reset to default. Okay, this is advanced option. Okay, expand the effects. What do we have in the effects? Background and visual border. What is the background color that we want to give it? Only it is applicable to the visual. Okay, only it is applicable to the visual. I can add the background of the visual. Transparency, I can increase and decrease the transparency. Visual border, expand the visual border. Do we need to have the border of the visual? Okay, now you see the corners are sharp corners. Okay, the corners are sharp corners. I can also go for rounded corners. Click on this, go to general, effects, expand the visual border and make it 10 pixel as the rounded corners. Okay, increase the little bit width. Now you see we have got rounded corners. That is the visual border. So that is visual border. Do we want to have the shadow? Yes, we can add the shadow. Data format. Okay, what is the data format? So the data format are the data types available in the individual. This data format, the data types is applicable only to the visual. Okay, only to the visual. Click on the total sales. Format, you see general, whole number, decimal number. Make it decimal number. Okay, now we can see the decimal number. 1000 separator, do you want the decimal number to be 1000 separator or percentage or decimal places? How many decimal do we want to have it? Make it 2. You see, we are able to see the 2 decimals after the point. Okay, this is the data type applicable inside the visual, only to the visual. Header icon. Okay, what is the header icons? Okay, let me highlight that. The one which you see, funnel symbol, okay, these are all the header icons. What is the background color of header icons? So let me make it to white darker. You see, header icons is changing. Border, I can give the border. Icon color, I can go for giving the icon colors to some other color. Make it white. Icon color, change the icon color. Increase the transparency or decrease the transparency. So this is expand the icons. These are all the icons available, visual information, visual warning, visual error. This, when we publish the report, we can see it in the PowerBI service, these icons. Okay, when we publish the report, we can see it in the PowerBI service. Okay, so let us continue on the data visualization. So in this tutorial, we will discuss about the visual matrix. Okay, so in the table visual, we can only add columns in the columns field. Okay, so we can only add in the columns. For example, if we deal with any hierarchies, okay, if we deal with any hierarchies, so we get it in the column, a region, state, whatever it is associated, we just get the way it is in the table. So the way we see in the table. Okay, but in the page, in the matrix visual, so we have the fields like, okay, we can select, we can add. Okay, let me click on this. Okay, in the matrix visual, we can add rows, columns, and values. We can add the columns as a rows and also as a columns, and also whatever the measures that we created, we can add it in the values. So this is what we have it in the matrix visual. So let us see that how it works. Expand sales. So here we have only one measure. Let me create another measure. Click on new measure and sum of tax amount. Tax amount equal to sum of tax amount. Close the bracket, click on enter. Yes, we got it. Let me also create one more, sum of total product cost. Okay. So new measure, total product cost. Total product cost. Let's see how it works when we add it in the matrix visual. Total product cost, sum of total product cost. We created two measures. We already have total sales that we created in the previous session. Let us add. So let me take the same thing from the table visual, copy this, Control C. What I'm trying to do here, I am copying this title, the text box, into page 1. Paste it, Control V. Yes, we got it. So here what we can just rename it into matrix. Matrix visual. Let me click on this. So what do we have? We can add the data into rows. We can add the data into rows. We can add the data into columns. We can add whatever the values that we have it, we can add it into the values. So let us go through it. From the product, from the territory, add region into the rows. Okay, add region into the rows. Just the way we see pivot table in Excel, it works. It looks little similar. Okay, we can add region into the rows. Yes, that's well and good. And country into the country after the region. Yes, we got it. Country. Next, in the columns, if I would like to see by the year, so I can add order, date. From here, let me take off day, quarter, only year. So we can see the columns by year. We can see the data by year in the columns. And the next one is values. Next one is values. Here we can add the measures. Total sales, automatically it takes tax amount, total product cost. Where is that? Total product cost. Yes, we got it. That's well and good. For the 2016, we got the data. For the 2016, for the 2014, we got the data. 2015, this is the data that we have it. And 2016, we have the date. We have the data. And after that, so it is the sum of, okay, it is the sum of 2014, 2015, 2016. So it is the sum of 2014, 2015, 2016 in the total, in the totals. This total is called as the one which you see. The one which you see. This total is called as column subtotal. Column total. Column grand total. So this one is. And on the bottom that we see, this is called as rows grand total. Row grand total. Okay, so we do not find what is the difference between table and matrix. We do not find these options in the table visual. Just the way we have it. We have the total of the row total, I mean grand total, only grand total. Here we have the column grand total. So that is the difference. That is the first point we need to take. Let us see the aesthetics. Let us see the aesthetics. And if you see here, so we got Australia, Canada, region. And if I click on plus icon, I can see what is the country that is falling after the Australia. Germany, I can click on plus to get into the next level. So we have next level of the data because we added after the region, we added country. We can see the data by region and also by country when we click on the plus icon. Or we can also do it. Okay, we can also do it by clicking on the hierarchy. Okay, what do we have? You observe this. Okay, you observe this. Let me disable this for now. You observe the icons over here. So what are all the icons that we have it on the top of the visual? That is the up arrow, down arrow, two down arrows, One is like a hierarchical, and this one is the funnel symbol to see the filters, which filters are applied. This one is focus mode, and this three dots ellipse is we can go for more options. Okay, this one is more options. So let me click on the second option. Second icon is click to turn on drill down. Click on this and click on any one of the regions. Click on the United Kingdom, then we will get into the next level. Only United Kingdom we can get into the next level. That is drill up and drill down. Click on drill up. So we can get into the previous position. Let me erase this. So here, let me turn this off. In the rows, I can also add from the products. Let me add category and subcategory. Category, subcategory, and the next one is product name. Yes, we added. So what we have added, so it's a hierarchy. So it looks like a hierarchy. First hierarchy, I can see the data by region. Next, when I click on drill down, I can see the data by country. Next, if I click on drill down again, I can see the data by category. Next one, subcategory. Next one, product name. Okay. How do we do that? First thing now let us click on the drill up and drill down. Drill up and drill down. Let me minimize data. So here, if you see, so enable the drill down. Click to turn on drill down. Let me click on this. Whichever in the region, okay, in this, if I click on this, so in here, wherever I click, it gets into the next level. So let me click on Australia. Okay, we got into the Australia. Again, click on the Australia. What do we have the next level? Next level is category. Click on the Australia. Yes, we got into the next level, that is category. Accessories, bikes, clothing. Click on the bikes. Then we get into the next level, next hierarchy, that is subcategory. And click on the mountain bikes or road bikes. Then we can get into the product name. So this is what we have it in the drill down. Okay, we can get into the single drill down. Enable this and click on the options or click on the rows to get into the next position, next level. Okay, this one is good. This one is good. So here, so let me also erase this. Erase this. Okay, click on the drill up, drill up, drill up, drill up. Yes, we got it. Turn this off. What is the next option that we have? Go to next level hierarchy. Go to next level in the hierarchy. So after region, what do we have? The next level is country. Click on this, we get into the country. And again, what do we have after this? Category. Click on this. We get it into the categories. And subcategories. Click on this. We get into the subcategories. And product name. The last level is product name. So we can get into the product name. Okay, we can get into the product name. So this is what? At the lowest level of the data. You see, at the lowest level of the data. I can click on drill up again. So here what we found, so when we click on this, I can get into only single region or single selection, I can do it. And the next one, I can get into the next level of the data. But the thing is that I don't know what is the level of data that it belongs to. Okay, if I click on country or its category, this category, is it from the Australia or is it from the Canada? So that is a little bit confusing. We get the whole category data, whole subcategory data, and whole product name data. So what we can do here is we have another option called as expand all down one level in the hierarchy. Okay, expand all down one level in the hierarchy. We can see the associated level under the main level, main category. So subcategory we can see the associated subcategory under the category. Okay, click on this. Okay, now you see Australia. Yes, it is falling under Australia. Let me click on the next level. What do we see? The associated categories under the country. Let me click on this again. Associated subcategories under the categories. And click on this again. Associated product name under the subcategory. So this is at the lowest level of the data. So this is expand all down to hierarchical level. So let me drill up. Click on this, drill up, drill up, drill up again, drill up. So we are in the first level of the hierarchy. Okay, this is what. The next one is filter and slicer. What is this option? The funnel symbol. Filters and slicers affecting this visual. So it is saying that there are not any filters applied on this visual right now. So let me click on this. Okay. In the country, select Australia and click on, hover over the funnel symbol. Now you see filters and slicers affecting this visual. Country is Australia. Again, let me select one more, Canada. Again, hover over the funnel symbol. Country is Australia or Canada. Or one more thing. Let me click on select all, take off NA and hover over it. Okay, is not NA. So this is what? The funnel symbol. Click on what is the next option? Focus mode. So the visual will be zoomed in. Click on this. Yes, we got the focus mode. Click on back to report to get into the visual. And 3 dots for more options. So we can export the data into Excel or CSV. We can see this data, this matrix as table. This one is matrix and this one is table. And click on 3 dots again. Remove, yes, we can remove. So we have sort to by. How do we want to sort the data? Okay, click on total sales. We can see the total sales by descending to ascending order, higher to lower order. Click on these more options again. Click on ascending, smaller to bigger. We can see. You see? So this one, observe this. Observe this. Or you can directly click on this to make it smaller to bigger or bigger to smaller. You can directly click on the column. Click on the measure column. You see, it is changing. Click on this. It is changing. So this is sorting the data. So simple to sort the data in Power BI. Click on the 3 dots again. So we can discuss others in the coming sessions. This is what we have it. Now let us get into the format the visual. Coming to the formatting visual. Expand the style and layout and style preset. Style is default. We have discussed in the previous session. You can go through if you haven't watched. Now coming to the layout. This is different. The layout part is different from what we have it in the table visual. So what do we have? It is compact. Okay, it is compact. What is compact? We can see the icons. Okay, what is compact? We can see the plus or minus icons. So this is what different. Let me select outline. Okay, in the outline, you see the totals on the top. Okay, we can see the totals on the top. Okay, and I can expand Australia. So it is coming not under the Australia, it is coming to the next, just like columns. Okay, you see the country column. Okay, we got the country column. Click on this, we get the category. Click on the Australia. Yes, we got the category. You see, it is coming like a column. When we made it into outline, we are able to see it in the columns. And again, let me click on bikes. Now you see we got the category, subcategories. And one more option that we have it is repeat row headers. Turn this on. We get Australia, bikes, like that. Let me click on this. Now you see we got Australia. So it is repeat row headers. I have turned it on. So what is the, so it outline is useful. Outline is used when we want to have the totals on the top. When we would like to have the totals on the top or bottom, we can select that. Where we can select, I can expand the row subtotal. Okay, you see the position. The name of the subtotal and the position part is top. I can click on top and I can make the changes into bottom. Then that comes under the bottom. See, previously it was on the top. Now when we clicked on the bottom, we are able to see it at the totals, row subtotals at the Row totals at the bottom. Top, yes, it changes to top. Bottom, it comes to bottom. So this is the outline, the usage of outline. What do we have the next one? What is the option that we have it in the next one? That is the layout is, the next one is tabular. Next one is tabular. I can scroll down. I can see the data. Click on the southwest. Yes, it comes after that. Yes, we can see it. So what do we have in the tabular? We cannot change, we cannot see the totals. We cannot make the changes to the position of the totals, bottom or top. It is fixed to bottom only. The totals are fixed to bottom only. So that is the difference between the layout, outline and tabular. So this is the layout. Make it reset to default. Let me make it to reset to default. But for now, let me select it to tabular. Yes, we got the tabular. And if you would like to see repeat row headers, yes, we can see. Let us go through the next option. In the previous session, we have discussed, we have seen about the grids. Let me skip that. You see the option blank rows, it is turned off. Let me turn this on. Blank rows, we can select the color of the blank rows. You see, we can select the color of the blank rows. And transparency also, we can make it. It is not useful. Let me disable this. Yes, we got it. Values. We can change the naming. We can change the font style. We can expand. We can increase the size or decrease the size. Make it bold. Only it is applicable only to the values. You see, the region, country, the column headers are not changing. Make it italic. Make it underline. And the text color. Change the text color to some other color. Background color. Make it different background color. Alternate text color. We can change it. Alternate background color also we can change it. So this is for the values. And reset to default. Yes, we made the changes to the values. Expand the column headers. Same thing here. I can have the column headers. I can give the text color or make it bold, italic, only applicable to the headers, underline. Yes. Text color, I can change the text color. Background color, we can change the background color. Yes, we are able to see. Alignment. How do we want to see the headers? Whether towards the left side, towards the right side, or in the middle. So let me click on, let me make it in the middle. Alignment. Yes, it got in the middle. And alignment right side, yes, it got. Title, if I add the title, we can also go for it. This one. Okay, so that is alignment. Click on more options, again, more option, auto size width. Whenever there is a change in the width, automatically it changes. If I turn this off, automatically it changes. The width changes. You see, you have seen that. So that is auto size width. Reset to default. Yes. Row headers. Okay, row headers. What are the row headers? The column headers are year 2014, 2015 are the column headers. Region, country, category, subcategory are the row headers. Let's see what we can make changes to the row headers. Click on the text, make it Lucida Sans. Yes, it has changed. Text, make it bold. Yes, it is bold. Italic. Yes, it is made italic. You observe the box. Make it underline. Yes, it got underline. Text color. Change the text color and background, banded row color. Okay, you see behind whatever you see like a shadow, behind clothing, behind totals, it will be disappeared. You see this color will be disappeared when we turn off banded row color. And again, same thing, alignment. Do you want us to have it in the middle, to the left, to the right side? So let it be to the left side. Background color. If we turn banded row color, turn off the banded row color, we can see the background color which is enabled. Previously, it was faded out. You observe. Previously, it was faded out. When I turn this off, now you see, now we are able to select this. Click on the background color. Yes, it is changing. The background color is being changed to some other color. Yes, we got it. And plus minus icons. Okay, plus minus icons. Do we want these plus minus icons? Okay, let me reset to default. Plus minus icons. You see small plus minus icons. You see this one? Do we want to have this plus minus icons? I can turn this off. We will not be able to see the plus minus icons. Why do we need plus minus icons? To drill down, to get into the next level of the data. Turn this on and you see the color only of plus minus icons. And we can make changes to the color. Okay, that color has been changed. We can increase the size of the plus minus to some other color. Okay, that is plus minus icons. Let me click on reset to default. Next one, column subtotals. What is column subtotals? The one which you see, this is called as column subtotals. Okay, this is column subtotals. If I turn this off, we will not be able to see. Turn this on, we will be able to see. Okay, where is that? The right side, complete right side. Okay, not that one, this one. If I turn this off, we will not be able to see. So it is ended. Okay, the totals we are not able to see. If I turn this on, we will be able to see this. You see this one, totals, complete totals. Expand it. Now let us expand it. Expand column subtotals. So what we are able to see, the totals. Okay, what we are able to see. So this will be useful when we work in the project or when we go through the any work. Okay, in our work. So what are the totals available? We added the data of. So let me also expand it more. Okay, so let me expand the road bikes. Okay, come down. So what are all the totals that we have it? Let me make it mark, draw the color. The totals of the product name, totals of the subcategory. Okay, you see totals of the subcategory, totals of the category. Okay, totals of the country, and totals of, if I scroll down, we will also get the totals of the region. Scroll down, we will get the totals of region. Totals of the region. We are able to see the totals by product name, by subcategory, category, country, region, because these are being added into the rows. Here, what are all the options available? Let me erase this. Okay. Let me increase the size. Column subtotal. Okay, this is columns subtotal. So you observe this. The column show subtotal I have turned off. Column subtotal. Yes, we have the column subtotal. So column subtotal, we are able to see it by the year. Okay, 2015, 2014, 2016 subtotals are 13172 for the road bikes. It is all, when we add other also we get it. Other columns in the column subtotals, in the columns we will get the data by per column level. So I can click on year, turn this on, I can go for totals by year. I can write totals by year. You see, totals by year. You see this, totals by year. I can change the name of the subtotals by having coming into this. So this is totals by year. Next one. Okay, next option is row subtotal. Okay, this is column subtotal. Row subtotal. Now let us see row subtotal. Let me turn this on. Okay, let me turn this on. It is already turned on. If we want to make any changes to the row level, if you would like to make changes to the row level, we can change it. You observe this total, this one, this total, this one, and also again this total. So click on this. We got all the columns that we added in the rows. Click on the region. If we do not want by the product name, if we do not want to see the totals by the product name, turn this off. Okay, now we are not able to see this. Next one. Next one. If we do not want to see the totals by subcategory, this one is subcategory, I can turn this off. Yes, we are not able to see this. If we do not want to see it by the category, turn this off. If we do not want to see it by the country, turn this off. If we do not want to see it by the region, turn this off. We will not be seeing any row subtotals. Okay, any subtotals. This is the beauty of Power BI. Let me again click on all and turn this on. Okay, again, we need to go by region again click on country, again click on category. If we do not want to see it by all levels, we can turn this on and off. We can turn this on and off. So this is row subtotal. This is row subtotal. Are we clear till now? Making sense? Able to understand?
Yeah.
Good?
Yes, yes.
Asif?
Yes.
Josna?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Click on reset to default. Next one, column grand total. We can't change anything, but the thing is that if you want to make any changes to the font size, column grand total. What is column grand total? We can make changes to the font size, to the color, make it italic. We can only get the column grand total. This one is column grand total. Make it underline, we will get it. And again, background color, we can make the changes to the background color and apply to labels. Click on this, we will also get it to the labels or the column headers. Only to the measure, only to the values. This is column grand total. And the next one is row grand total. Row grand total. I can click on this, make it light blue color. We will get it row grand total. You see row grand total, we got the color coding changed. Total. So apply to labels, the totals will also get the color. So this is row grand total. Let me click on reset to default. So here also in the column grand total also, let me click on reset to default. So this is row grand total. Specific column, same thing. Specific column, what do we have? In the specific column, if you want to add color coding to any specific column, so that client can easily understand, okay, this is what happening to the sales, revenue, profit, gross profit. So we can add color coding to the specific columns. So total sales is header. Only it is applicable to the values. Okay, only applicable to the values or measures. So what is applied to subtotal? It is turned off. Let me turn this off. Only to headers. I can change the background of color. You see, only total sales will be color coded. Only total sales. Only column headers. What you do? Click on subtotals. Yes, we get the subtotals. Subtotals. Apply to totals also. You see, totals also we got it. Apply to values, complete values. We also get to the complete values only to the total sales. Okay, only to total sales. Click on the tax amount. Turn this on. Background color like this. It is applicable to the tax amount. So like that, we can change, we can apply on the specific column. We can go for color coding. And we can also go for alignment. We can also go for display unit. How do you want to see the data? Do we want to see the data by the thousands, by none, by thousand? Okay, you see, display unit. How do we want to see the data? Do we want to see it by thousands, by millions, by billions, or by trillions? How do we want to see? By thousand, by million, by billion, by trillion. So what is the population of China or India? What do we say? 1.4 billion or 1.5 billion. We do not say 150 crores, 140 crores or 1400 million or 1500 million, something like that. Okay, what is the shortest form that we can say? That we can see the display unit. It is none here. If I click on thousands, everything turns into 1000. 13K, 13,172 becomes 13.1K or 13K. Okay, this is applicable to the tax amount. So I can go for selecting total sales. Display unit, make it into thousands. 13.127K. Why 13.127K? We also have value decimal places. We also have value decimal places. How many decimals that we want to see after the number, after the point. I can make it into 1. We will get it in 1 decimal. You observe this. You observe this. 1 decimal, 13.2K. If I make it 2 decimal, 2 decimal, 2 decimal. Now you see 13.17K. 3 decimal, 13.172K. So let us go with 2 decimals only. So that is value decimal places. We can also make it into million. We can also make it into billion, but the data is not more. So that is the reason. Let us go with 1000. Okay, this is the display unit and value decimal places. So come down, cell element. So what do we have? We have seen it in the previous session about the cell elements. So we can go through the next part. Okay, this is what we have it in here. Okay, this is what we have, the row header, column headers, and all these information. So click on this format pane settings. Reset all settings to default. If I click on this, whatever the changes that I applied, it will go off. You see, it will go off. Click on this again, 3 dots for more options. Expand all categories. So whatever we have it, blank rows, values, column headers, everything will be expanded. You see, everything will be expanded. Click on the 3 dots again. Collapse all categories. Yes, we got it. More options. If I click on more options, let's see what we are going to get. Okay, so this is what we have it. Just ignore this. And the next one. So what do we have in here? Okay, next one. Next options are, let me click on the drill up, drill up, drill up, drill up. So we have it. We can also do the drill up and drill down by right clicking on the first in the rows. We got copy. So what do we have? Copy value, copy selection, copy visual. So click on copy value and paste it. Let me click on text and let me try pasting here. Australia, you see, we got Australia. We got Australia. Next one, right click. Again, copy selection. I can copy the selection. So everything I get. Okay, everything I get. Only the Australia regions information in the selection. This is copy selection. This is copying the selection. Next one. What do we have? Right click, expand. You see, there are 3 options available under the expand. Selection, entire level, all. When I click on selection, Australia will be expanded to the next level. Right click again, expand, selection. Australia, that selected will be expanded to the next level only. Okay, again right click, collapse, selection. It will go through the previous level. Again right click, collapse, all. Again the next selection. In the expand, entire level, Australia entire level will be expanded. Australia, Southwest, whatever we have it, it will expand to the next level. All the levels will be expanded. All the category, I mean, first level is expanded to the next level. And let me right click again, collapse, all. Again, right click, third option, all. Everything will be expanded to the next level, to the last level. From the first level to the last level, it will be expanded when we click on all. Come down. Yes, everything is expanded. Right click again, collapse all. Yes, we got it. Collapse all. If I click on Germany, again Germany, right click, drill down. I can click on drill down. Again drill down. Yes, we can get into. Right click again, drill up. Drill up. Where is that? Drill up. Again right click, drill up. Again right click, drill up. Okay. Right click again, show as table. I can click on this. Yes, we can get it. We can see the data in the table format. Right click again, show next level. Yes, we can get into the next level. Drill up. Right click again, expand to next level. Yes, we can get into the next level. So whatever the icons that we see on the top of the visual, those options are available when we can right click. Okay, when we can right click, include. Okay, only United States will be, United Kingdom will be included. Okay, so how can, let me click on this, go to the previous. Okay, undo option is available. Okay, undo the last option, we can click on left and right arrow, right click again, exclude. Okay, that Germany previous, that region is excluded. That is include and exclude. Row headers. Okay, let me expand something. Right click, expand all. Okay, so it is row headers are frozen. Right click, unfreeze row headers. Okay, so unfreeze row headers. Do we see any changes? No, we do not see any changes. Right click, freeze row headers. Do we see any changes? I think this one, is it this one? Let me do one thing. Unfreeze row headers. Okay, Australia. No, I see the same thing. Region Australia. Okay, let me click freeze row headers. I do not see anything. Okay, let me check that. Let me check that. Okay, don't worry. Visual calculation, set up verified answer. We can discuss that little later. So this is right click again, collapse all. So this is about the complete matrix visual. Okay, we have the same thing in the format your visual. Go to general and we can go for editing, title, effects, and all those options that we have already seen in the table visual. So now we will discuss about the bar charts, the first row in the visualization. So let me copy this, the title, Control C, and Control V, so that we can get the same, whatever the color that we used and whatever the background that we used, we will get it in the next page. And what do we need to do? We can rename this. So what we can rename? What is the first visual that we have it? Stacked bar chart. So it is stacked bar chart. Stacked bar chart. So here also I can give the same naming, double click and Control V, so that we can give the name of the page. Click on the visual. So what do we have? Stacked bar chart. So here what we have it? We have y-axis, x-axis, and legend. Y-axis, x-axis, legend, small multiples, tooltips, and drill through. So what is y-axis and what is x-axis? So in our school days, we have seen in the mathematics, we saw that what we have it, okay, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So x-axis, okay, and y-axis. So this is what we have it. We can add the numbers. Okay, we can add the numbers over here. And here we can see the bars. So whatever the bars that we have it, we can see the bars over here. Okay, so this is clustered bar chart. Okay, this is clustered bar chart. So here we can add the column to the y-axis and to the x-axis. And if you want to separate the data, if you want to see the next level of the data, we can use the legend. So that is what we have it. So let us add the data into it and let us see what we have it in here. Expand product and add category. Okay, category is in the y-axis. Automatically it is added. Okay, category is in the y-axis. Okay, category is in the y-axis. And in the x-axis, we need to add the numeric data type, the measures. We need to add the numeric data type measures. What we can add? Expanded sales. In the previous session, we have created the measure. Click on the checkbox. Total product cost is added. What do we have? Total product cost. We can see the data in the horizontal bars. We can see the data in the horizontal bars. We can see the data in the horizontal bars. So this is what we have it. This is what we have it. So the total product cost is being we are able to see the category wise total product cost. So it is getting segregated, the category is getting segregated, or the total product cost is being segregated, separated by the category. So that is what we have it in the bars. So what do we have in the presentation? Okay, let us go through the presentation. So what we have it in the PPT, stacked bar chart. Okay, show totals plus part to whole relationship. Okay, and when to use, when we can use it, good for seeing the product contribution in the region. When we have lower amount of the attributes in the column, so we can see it. So best practice, avoid too many products stacked. Okay, if you want to see it by, let us go here again and let's see what we can add more. What we can add more. So here, let me take off the category and let me add from the territory, let me add the country or the region. Yes, we are able to see the data, total product cost by region or total sales by region. Yes, we are able to see total sales by region. Okay, so what do we have here? So on the y-axis, we have the region. Okay, in the x-axis, we have the total sales. Yes, this is well and good. And I want to see this breakup. Okay, the region breakup. If I would like to see the region breakup, okay, how can I see the region breakup? Okay, by using the legends. We can see the breakup by using legends. Let's see that. How can we implement the legends? So I would like to see what is the category. Okay, what are all the products that is being sold in Australia, the total sales in Australia by legend category. So I can add the category. Okay, now we are able to see the category, but let me add subcategory. Okay, now we are able to see the subcategory. So what we are able to see, we are able to see the legend. Okay, we added, this is called as a legend. The one which you see, product subcategory is the legend. Subcategory is the legend. In Australia, you understand the concept. In Australia, in Germany, in France, what we are able to see. Okay, so we have the color coding. Okay, bike racks is the topmost sold product that we have got, topmost subcategory that we have it. And the next one, we have another one, bikes. Okay, bike racks and bike stand, I think. But I'm not able to understand. I cannot see. I am able to see. We are able to see the bars. Okay, we are able to see the bars. Okay, but I am not able to understand what kind of a values that we have it. Until and unless we hover over it, we will be able to understand. Okay, in region Australia, subcategory mountain bikes, the total sales are $30,000 or $3 lakh. Okay, $300,000. And what is the next one? Australia road bikes. Okay, road bikes is the second most one. Okay, $54,000. I think this is the first. As per the length of the bar, we can say this is the, so this one has more sales. Okay, as per the length, this one has more sales. Okay, length of the bar, and it is getting segregated. You see, it is getting segregated by the legend. Okay, by legend, it is getting segregated. Okay, but I would like to see the value. I do not want, until and unless I hover over it, I'm not able to see. Okay, until and unless I'm hover over it, I'm not able to see. So how can we see that? Let us go through. And small multiples. We also have one more called as small multiples. What is a small multiples? We can see the data with whatever the data that we have it. Okay, it will be divided into the attributes that contains in that column. Okay, the attribute that is contained in the column. How? So let me add category into small multiples. Okay, now you see it is getting, now we are able to see the data by accessories. We are able to see the data by bikes. We are able to see the data by clothing. We do not have other, so that is the reason it is blank. Okay, we are able to see it by the trends. Okay, we are able to see it by the trends. We are able to see, and I can scroll it. I can scroll this. Okay, we can come down, we can see it. It is getting segregated. We are able to see the small multiples. It is like visual within a visual. Okay, in the visual within a visual, it is getting separated by the whatever the number of attributes or whatever the number of categories that we have it, it is getting divided. Okay, it is getting divided. So this is small multiples. Okay, this is small multiples. Let me take off category from for now. Go to format your visual. First and foremost thing is that y-axis. What kind of a changes that we can make for the y-axis? What kind of a changes that we can make for the y-axis? So what do we have here? I can make the changes it into a different font style and increase the font size, make it bold, italic, underline. And we can also make changes to the color. The color coding can also be changed. And maximum width, we can also increase or decrease the width. Okay, this is maximum width. Switch axis position. So it is on the left side. Okay, it is on the left side. When we make changes, then it will be turned into right side. Okay, when we go here, it will be changed. The axis would come into right side. You see, the axis comes to right side. So that is switch axis. Okay, this is axis. And the next one is concatenate labels. Let me turn this off. We are not able to see any changes. We can ignore it. Let us disable the axis position. And title. So title is automatically given. So what is the title? Title is only regarding the region. Title is only regarding the region. Okay. So what we can add the title region. Okay. Region wise. I can add region wise. You see the region wise it is changed. So show title only. We can add title and we can change the color, make it bold, underline and italic and underline. So this is color. Only this represents only to the y-axis. A layout, we can increase or decrease the height. Okay, maximum height. So this is about y-axis. And the next one is x-axis. Next one is x-axis. Expand the x-axis. So it is this one, x-axis. Okay. So what is the range? So what do we have in here? So it is starting, and this is based on the data that we have it. 0 million, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million. It is in million, 8 million, and at the end it is 10 million. So this is based on the data that we have it. So what is minimum and maximum range? So how do we want to see this? It is auto. So it started from 0. Auto means it started from 0. So it is into the 10 million. So I can change maximum into 5 million or 12 million. I can add as many zeros as I can. 12 million. Now you see it is changed into 12 million. If I delete one, okay, remove one, now we are able to see the before only 1.2 million. Okay, let me add one more. Yes, I have added. So we got 12 million. In the minimum also I can add from 10. So it starts from 10. Or I can add one more zero. I can add one more zero. Add one more zero. Okay, add one more zero. It is changing. The position is getting changed. Okay, the position is getting changed. Logarithmic scale, so it changes little different. And invert range, it comes to next position. Okay, so invert range, just the way we have the switch axis, so it inverts. The range is inverts from lower to higher, or it comes to the right side, the range. So that is the invert range. So this is about And also we have the same thing over here. What are all the values? I can make it bold only. It is applicable to the x-axis. It is applicable to the x-axis. So I can increase the size of the x-axis. And you see the display unit, auto. I can make it into million. Yes, it is million. If I make it 1000, it changes to 1000. And none, we get the complete number. Decimal value. If we want to see the decimal after the point, we can see by increasing or decreasing the value. Okay, this is about decimal. And the title, it is auto because as per the column that we added into the x-axis, it takes the name. Total sales, or I can write sales. You see, it is changed. The name is changed. Total sales to sales. Or I can also add sales amount. Okay, it is changed. So that is the title. So let me click on reset to default. Okay, we will get into the previous position. Legend, coming to legend. What is the legend? Legend, the one which we have subcategories, these are all the legends. So how do we want to see the position of the legends? So how do we want to see the position? That is top left. Yes, we have top left side. Center, yes, it comes to center. Top right side, it comes to top right side. Left to top left stacks, we get the way we have Australia, Southwest, we will get like that. Top left stack, right stack, one by one, center left, center right, and we also have bottom left, bottom right, and bottom center. But by default, we have top left. So let it be like that. Text. So what do we want to have the title? Subcategory. I can add wise. Subcategory wise. Yes, we got subcategory wise. So let it be. So let it take the way we have it in the column. So that is what we have it, and make it reset to default. Legends. And if we add anything in the small multiples, the small multiples will be enabled. Grid lines. So we can add the grid lines, horizontal and vertical grid lines. Horizontal and vertical grid lines. We have the vertical grid lines, which is enabled, but so it is light color. Okay, if I increase the transparency, we will not be able to see it. Make it black 10% lighter and increase the width. Yes, we are able to see it. Increase the transparency. Okay, it becomes lighter. And the line, what is the type of line that we want to see? The line style. Is it dotted, solid? Click on solid, we get the complete line, solid line. Dash, we get the dash. Dotted, we get the dots. And custom, we can increase or decrease the array, dash array. So that is custom. Let us go with this. Let us go with the dotted lines. And scale by width. So it automatically scales by the width. So that is the vertical grid lines. Let it be like that. And zoom slider. Okay. Why do we need zoom slider? So on the first, okay, in the first, we are not able to see anything. Okay, we are not able to see anything. So if you see here, so previously until and unless so what we are able to see, the starting lines, okay, the starting whatever we have, okay, that is I'm not able to see until if I hover over it, yeah, subcategory gloves. So it is lower sales. So that is the reason we are not able to see that. But I would like to see that also. How do we see? By using the zoom slider, we can see that. I can increase, I can drag, I can increase or decrease the zoom slider. You see the bars, now we are able to see the bars, the increase in the bars. Okay. Now I can hover over it. Even the smaller values also I'm able to see. What is the smaller value? $6,240 comparing with others. Here you see Germany bike racks. It is $2,730. the least one, the least total sales. So that is zoom slider. How do we want to have it? X-axis, yes, it is on the x-axis. Slider label, if you want to have the label also, we can have it. Same, the way we have zoom 0 to million. Slider tooltip, we'll see that in the further session. So that is zoom slider. And bars. So do we want to make any changes? The color coding, I do not like the color coding, or we want to change the individual bar color coding. For the bike racks, I see some color. This is one color. For another, I see this color. And for another, I see this color by subcategory. But I do not want like that. I would like to change the color. Click on this. Select the subcategories. We have the feasibility of selecting the colors of the bar by clicking on the individual series. Click on this. Click on more colors and change the color. Change the color. Click on again the next one. Bike stand. Click on this. Go to some other color and change it. Bike stand. Okay. Few of them are so lighter. So let me check what is the color of this. Okay. What is this? Road bikes. Okay. Let me click on this. Where is the road bike? Where is the road bike? Yeah, road bikes. Click on this. Go to some other and change it. You see, it is changing. Okay, it is being changed. The color is being changed. I can click on it. I can hover over it. Touring bikes. Click on it. Touring bikes and change the color. Change the color. So we have a feasibility of changing the series of the bars. Borders, do we want to have the borders? Yes, we can add the borders. Borders of the bar. Okay, borders of the bar. Match color. If you want to add any color, we can add. Match color means whatever the color that the bar has, it would be, the borders will also have the same color. So let us make some color. Okay, now we are not able to see because of the color that we have it. So let me make it to reset to default. Let us add the border color. Okay, it is black. Let me go for making it to red color. Okay, so let me click on this. Let me zoom. I don't know whether you are able to see the borders, but we have that border. Okay, width, let me increase the width. Now you will be able to see the width. Yes. Now you see we have got the borders for the bars. We can also add the border color, but that doesn't look good. Let me turn this off. So this is bars. And the next one is ribbon. So now it is in the bar. When we make it into ribbon, thus the bar will be changed into the ribbon. You see, the bar will be changed into the ribbon. So that is ribbon. Let me turn this off. Data labels. Until and unless I'm hovering the bar, I'm able to see the number. But I do not want like that. I want to see the number directly on the bars. This can be done by enabling the data label. Yes, now we are able to see 1.1 million, 5.4 million, 3.1 million. So in Australia, subcategory road bikes, I'm able to see 5.4 million. Okay, so that is what we have it. Data labels. Do we want to apply? Do we want to disable for anything? We can click on any one of the subcategories and disable it. Road bikes, let me select the road bikes and turn this off. Show for this series, turn this off. We will not be able to see this 5.4 million, 2.8 million, 1.9 million throughout all the road bikes. Okay, you see, we are not able to see that. So this can also be done in here. And position. How do we want to have this number data labels? Whether do we want to have inside at the end of the bar? Inside center, yes, we can have it. And inside base, yes, we can have it on the left side. This is applicable to road bikes only. not throughout all the subcategories. It is applicable to the road bikes only. So this is data labels. Overflow text, turn it on. Let me not use it. Okay. Let me, let us go through the title. Next option is title. Okay, here we have it. Title. Turn this on. We can add the title. We can add the title. Series name. We can add, if you would like to add anything, we can add it. Okay, we do not have it. Okay, let me turn this off. Okay. Let us go through the values. Okay, let us go through the values. Values meaning 1.1 million or 2.1.1 million. Okay. So these are all the values. So how can we make changes? I can increase or decrease. The values gets increased. Okay, yeah, here it is getting increased. Okay, here it is getting increased. Okay, I think this is applicable. Yeah, we have selected road bikes, so that is the reason it is getting applicable to the complete road bikes. No, let me not. Let me go for all. Okay, let me go for all. Expand the value, increase the size. Yes, we are able to see the value. We are able to see the value. So we can make changes, make it bold, italic, change the color to some other. It changes. Okay. And display unit, we can go for making 1000. Only it is applicable to the values. And show blank axis, we can ignore that. So this is values. This is value. Detail. What is the detail that we have it? If you want to see anything by product name, let me try adding that. So now we are not able to get it. Ignore that. Disable this. And value, and also we will have the total labels. Okay, we have total labels. So how do we get to know 3.4 million, 3.3 million, 5.4 million, and 1 million? So I need to get the totals. How do I do that? Okay. Enable the total, we get the total. 9.7 million is the total. 9.7 million is the total. I can click on reset to default. Now we are able to see 9.7 is the total. Turn on this. Scroll down. Plot area background. So do we want to have any plot area background? So we can also add it. Okay, we can also add plot area background. So this is what we have it in the bar chart. In the general, we can also expand the properties. What is the height and what is the width of the visual? Increase or decrease? Okay, this one it increases. This side. Okay, this side it increases. We can increase, we can decrease. Okay, width gets increased. Height if you see this one. Okay, we can increase or decrease. Increase or decrease. Yes, it is increased or decreased. Position. How do we want to see? Horizontal position. Let us make it 5. Okay, what is this position? Horizontal position. Increase or decrease? Observe it. Yes, we got 9. And vertical position, we can increase or decrease. You see, it is getting increase or decrease. Vertical position. Padding. Padding is based on the visual. How much do we want to have the padding? Okay, this one. How much we can have the padding from here, from the 4 sides of the visual. From 4 sides of the visual. So how much padding can we have it? We can add 15. Yes, it changes left side. And on the bottom, you see the bottom. So I can add 15. The bottom goes up. Here I can add 10. Yes, it comes down. On the right side, we can add 1. Yes, it goes. Okay, it is limited. 15 I can add. So this is the paddings. This is paddings. Next one, what do we have in the next one? Advanced option. Let us discuss in the later. We can add the title. We can add the title. We can go. We can make the horizontal changes. We can add the background color, and we can also add the subtitle. Yes, by region and subcategory. It is there, but we are not able to see. I can change the text color to white and make it middle. Yes, we are able to see it. So that is what we have it. Spacing. So we can give the spacing. How much space do we need to have after the title? How much space do we need to have after the subtitle? Effects, expand the effects. Background. What do we have in the background? We have the white as the background. I can make it light white 10% darker. Yes, we got only this is applicable to the visual, not the wallpaper, not the canvas background. Visual border, I can enable this and add rounded corners to 10. So we get the rounded corners. Previously, we have sharp corners. Now we have the rounded corners. You see, rounded corners. Rounded corners. And the next one is, next one, what do we have? Let's see, what do we have? Effects. Yes, we have seen shadow. Do we need to have shadow? Yes, we have added shadow. Data format. Do we need to make the data, the format, the data type? I can click on total sales and format it into decimal number. Yes, we can make the changes. What is the 1000 separator? Yes, I can keep it, but it is already in millions. How many decimals can we have it? Let us go for 2 decimals. Yes, now we are able to get 2 decimals, 6.17. Let us go for making 3. You see, 6.116, 166. Okay, 6.166. Click on this. Yes, we can get as many decimals as we can add. This is also based on the data that we have it. So this is decimals. Header icons, enable these header icons. And background, we can change the background color of header icons to red color. Okay, it is applicable to the icons. Borders, we can add the borders as the white. Icons, we can go for making white. Yes, we got the icons white, and increase or decrease the transparency. So that is header icons. Icons we will discuss at the time of Power BI service. So this is what we have it in the bar chart. Okay, what is tag? We can add within. Okay, what is tag? Okay, I have added legend. Okay, it is continued. Again, after that, it is continued. Stack within. Okay, general meaning of stack is within. Okay, so what is the general meaning of stack? Let us check that. Okay, general meaning of stack. Pile of objects. Okay, go to images and let's see. So why it is called as stack? Okay, so we can add something like this. Okay, you observe this. You observe this one after the other. We can add in one after the other. Okay, so that is stack. Here you see. So this one is stack. First in, first out, last in, last out. Here it is a stack. Here if you see stacks in data structures, stack. So that is the reason it is called as a stacked bar chart. What we were able to see, we were able to see the horizontal bars. Okay, so these are all the horizontal bars. Horizontal bars. Horizontal bars. Let us see the next visual. Okay, right click, duplicate the page. Right click and duplicate the page. Click on this. What is the next visual that we have? Stacked column chart. Here it is stacked bar chart. Next, we are able to see the bars in the horizontal. Next one, we will be able to see it in the vertical. Okay, we will be able to see the bars in the vertical. Bars in the vertical. And it is stacked. You see, one after the other, one after the other. Okay, this is called as a stack. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. So general meaning of stack. Okay, general meaning of stack. And what I should explain about this? Same as stacked bar chart. Same as stacked bar chart. What is the difference that we can find? It is only the horizontal and vertical bars. That's it. Whatever in the format visual, we have the same options, same aesthetics, same changes that we have it in the visual and in the general. So that is stacked column chart. So let me rename this stacked column chart. Double click and rename this. Click on this. Right click, make it duplicate. What is the next visual that we have it in the after bar chart? Clustered bar chart. Okay, cluster. So we are able to see within. So the bars are getting separated. Okay, by the legends. The bars are getting separated by the legends. Okay, so here it is A, B, C. We have all these like this. Okay, we have something like this. But when we go for clustered bar chart, so each and every segregation, okay, each and every segregation, this bar, okay, for the Australia, it would be Australia. We get the separate bars, separate bars, separate bars, separate bars, separate bars. For the southwest, okay, for the southwest, we get separate bars. Based on the total sales, we get the separate bars. So that is clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart. Let me directly click on that. Let me click on clustered bar chart. Okay. So what we are able to see, we are able to see the separate. We are able to see the separate bars for. So let me make it down. Okay. So what is the difference that we have here is we will see the zoom slider. We will be able to see the zoom slider. We will also get the zoom slider. Okay, we can do one thing. So let me take off region subcategory. In place of subcategory, let me add the category. Yes, now we are able to see it in a clear way. What we are able to see here, so we are able to see in Australia, okay, it is a cluster. It is a cluster. In Australia, we are able to see for a different categories, different bars, separate bars. We are able to see the data in the separate bars. And so we have 143K. Let me go here. Let me turn off the grid lines. Yes, now we are able to see it in a good way. We are able to see the value totals. Okay, 143, 150. Here we have it, but we are not able to see it. Okay. So in the data labels, okay, in the data labels or in the bars, we can change the color. Click on accessories, make some color, change the color. Click on the bikes, change the color. Click on it. Okay, we have changed it. Next one, clothing. Click on this, change the color. Yes, we have made some color coding changes. I can increase or decrease the zoom slider for the size. So what we are able to see it in here, we can see the data we can see the data in the clusters. Whatever the bars we were seeing in the previous, that is clustered in a single bar. The legends were clustered in a single bar. Here, we are able to see the legends in a separate bars. Separate bars. So that is clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart. Next one, clustered column chart. Clustered bar chart. Let me rename this as clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart. Right click, duplicate, and make it clustered column chart. Horizontal bars. That's it. There is no difference. We get the horizontal bars. Clustered column chart. So I can give the name, rename this as clustered column chart. Clustered column chart. That's it. So what are the findings that we can go for it? So we can see the findings. We can easily understand. So for Australia, what are all the sales? For Australia, what are all the sales? So we have the data in the million. So that is the reason we are not able to see. We can make it once we make it into none, or once we make it into 1000 display unit, we can see the data. So that is clustered column chart. Next one is 100%. Next visual is, so let me hover over it. What is this 100% stacked bar chart? What is 100% stacked bar chart? In the bar, okay, this is 100%. This is 100%. This is 100%. So what we can do here in the 100%, so we can see the bar chart. Okay, what do we have in here? We can see the bar chart. So it is getting segregated. Okay, it is getting segregated. Here you see it gets the bars by the legends. But here what we can observe here is in the 100%, we will not be getting the value by the 9.6. Okay, it is higher, lower, but within the 100%, okay, this is 100%, we get everything in single bar. We get everything in a single bar. Let us see that. Let me click on this, make it 100% stacked bar chart. Okay, within a single bar, it is getting segregated by the percentage. We can see the data, we can see the bar by the percentage. Okay, we can see the bar by percentage. What is this? Out of 100 percentage. Okay, consider this bar. Out of 100 percentage, 97.80 it is occupied by Australia. Bikes, category bikes. Okay, category bikes. And coming to the last one, last bar in the central. Okay, we are able to see this 5.91. Okay, 5.19. So out of that, okay, so we here what do we have? So let me click on this clothing, category clothing in the central out of 100% sales. Okay, so it is occupying 5.19 percentage, and 87 percentage is occupied by the bikes. 7.69 percentage is occupied by central. Okay, this is what we have it in the clustered column chart. Okay, not clustered column chart, sorry, 100% bar chart. Okay, 100% bar chart. So what do we have in here? Do we have any unique options available? No, we have the same thing. Grid lines, ribbons, we get it in a ribbons. No, we have everything same. And 100% bar chart. Click on this, rename this, right click again, duplicate it, click on this, and click on 100% column chart. We get the bars. Now we are able to see horizontal bars. We will get it a vertical bars. We get vertical bars. You see how simple it is. We can see the percentage of the individual country. Percentage of individual country. So how much percent of the category? How much percent of the category it is contributing? How much percent the category is contributing to each and every country or each and every region. So we can easily get to know. So this is 100% stacked column chart. Okay, 100% stacked column chart. So this is what we have it in here. So why do we need line chart? So why do we need line chart? So when we deal, okay, when we deal with, so line chart is mainly used. Just a second. So line chart is mainly used when we deal with when we deal with the time dimension. The time dimension. So when we deal with the time dimension. So what is a time dimension? If you would ask me, what is a time dimension? So when we want to see the trend lines of the data, the trend lines of the data. So what are trend lines of the data? So I would like to see the sales by year, by quarter, by month, by day. I can compare my current year sales with prior year, which is previous year. I can compare current month sales with previous month. So what was the sales that was happened previously, previous month, previous year, previous quarter, previous day, and what is the current day sales, current month sales, current quarter sales, and current year sales. So is there an increment or decrement in the sales? Any pattern, if you want to find out any pattern on the sales, on the data, pattern on the data. So we use the line chart. Okay, so this is line chart. So let me check what we have in here. Okay, line chart. So in the line chart, it shows trend over the time. So best for time series data. When we deal with time series, it is used for the best. So best practice is use aggregation for clarity. Okay, so let us see that. Let me click on line chart. And let's see what are all the options, aesthetics that we can go for making the line chart. So from the 100% column chart, stacked column chart, let me copy the title so that we can maintain the same format. So here, let me change it into the line chart. Okay, cool. Let me click on this. So what do we have in here? We have x-axis, y-axis, secondary y-axis, and legend. So let me add from the sales, let me add the date. So date goes into the x-axis. And let me add, so from the territory, let me add from the sales, let me add the total sales. Okay, what we are able to see? So we are able to see the line that is going from 2014. The sales have started from 2014, 2015, and 2016. And if you see here, if you observe here, when I'm hovering over it, I'm able to see it started at 76, some $7,63,000. And in the 2015, it is dropped to 62,000 or $620,000. And in the year 2016, it has been went till 1 lakh or $177,000. Okay, $177,000. So I can simply say 62 to 177 is like probably equivalent to 3 times of the sales comparing with the previous year, 2015. So this is what we can understand. So I can click on expand all down, the fourth icon, expand all down one level in the hierarchy. Click on this. Yes, what we are able to see? We are able to see the data by the quarter. So quarter one sales, 15,000, some 150,000 or $15,000. Okay, $150,000. And here, if you see, $190,000. And it is increasing, it is decreasing, you see. And from quarter one, the sales have dropped. Okay, so in the quarter four, the sales were good. But January 2015, the quarter sales, from the first quarter, that sales have been dropped. And it has been dropped. till quarter 4, it has been dropped. Then it is being improved in the year 2016 quarter 1 and 2016 quarter 2, it is increasing, and 2016 quarter 3, it is little bit, not much. Here it is 43,000. So here it is 46,000, $3,000 improvement. And here if you see 58,000. So there is an increase and decrease of the sales. We can find the pattern. So from this, we can find the pattern, whether the sales or the profits or the gross profits, revenue. So are they getting impacted on the sales? And if we see there is an increase or decrease in the sales, then we can find what is the next step. Why? Okay, it happened. It already happened. So looking at the data, we can find, okay, it already happened. The next question that we need to raise is why it happened. Why the sales were down in the year 2015. Okay, so what was the reason? And comparing and 2014, 2015, 2016, we have the sales. What we can do, we can estimate, we can forecast the sales in the future. Comparing with the 3 years, I can forecast the next year, next upcoming year's sales. So this is what we have it. I can also expand all down one level in the hierarchy. We can also see it by the month. Yes, now we are able to see it by the month. So it is been, so how much there is an increase or decrease, which quarter has the decrease, and what is the month under that quarter. And I can also go down the next level. Now you see, if you see the stocks trading, Sensex, Nifty, or if you also go for mutual funds, you find the line that goes up and down, up and down. If you see the last 6 months of the sales, or if you see the last 6 months of that mutual fund, you find the line that goes up and down, up and down. So in such scenarios, when we deal with the dates, we obviously, when we want to find out the trend lines of the sales of the company from the data, so we use line chart. So this is one of the most important chart that we regularly use in the organization. In the companies, most of the companies, they use line chart to understand the trend lines of the pattern of the company sales, profits, wherever they invest. Let us go through the formatting the visual. X-axis, I can expand the X-axis. We can see what kind of changes that we can do. So what is the minimum range? What is the maximum range? We can edit the minimum and maximum range of the data. For example, if I do not want 2025, I would like to change that 2020 from, I would like to only see the data from 2015 Jan, 1st Jan, and the maximum date, I would like to see only 2016. I can make some changes until December. I can see December 31st. I can see the value. Now you see it has been changed from April 2015. From 1st, we have the data from 2014. We are able to see the data from the 2015 because we have edited the range. What is the minimum range that we want to see? What is the maximum range that we want to see? And we can also invert the range. How do you want to see? From the latest to down the line of the consecutive previous year, or from the previous year to the latest year? We can also invert the range. How do we want to see? The last 2 years of sales, last 3 years of sales, we can invert the range according to the ascending or descending order of the year. And the next one is values. How do we want to see the values? It is applicable only to the values, increase or decrease. Okay, the y-axis, the x-axis is changing. The date, April 25, 2015, July 2015, the x-axis is changing. We can also make it bold. We can also make it italic, and we can also have the underline. Next one is we can change the color to dark. Display unit, how do we want to display the units? How do we want to display? Do we want to have it none? We can also make it none. Do we want to see auto? Yes, let us go through the auto. Title, what is the title that we want to give to the x-axis? Now it is year. So I can also go for last 2 years. Last 2 years. Now you see last 2 years is being changed. We can also have the style. Increase or make the change to that title. Increase the size of the title. Make it bold, italic, underline, and go for different color. Yes, we are able to see it. Let me click on reset to default. So this is in the x-axis. This is in the x-axis. And you see the type. Let me drill up a little bit. You see the type continuous. So do we want to have it continuous or categorical? You see, now we are able to see the January, February, March, the complete month. Okay. And also it is getting segregated by small dots. We'll see that. We'll see the grid lines a little later. Okay. A little later. You see, we can increase or decrease the height. So this is in the x-axis. Let us go through the y-axis. What is the minimum range? So this is y-axis. What is the minimum range and what is the maximum range? What is the minimum range that we have? 0.5. It is starting from 0.5 million. And the maximum is 2 million. So this is based on the value that we have it. So it is based on the value that we have it. How it is starting. The value, how it is starting. So let me hover over it. It is starting at $511,306. Okay, $511,000, $511,000. So that is the reason it is starting from 0.5 million. So that is the reason it is starting from, the minimum range is starting from 0.5 million. And what is the maximum? So maximum is 21,000, some 2105176. So that is the reason we have 2.0 million. But if I want to go for maximum to 2.2 million, because 2.2 million, because we have the data till 2 million. Okay, 2.1 million. So we have the data $2.1 million. So that is the reason we can increase or decrease the minimum and maximum range. Okay, we can also invert the range. Okay, logarithmic scale. Okay, that is y-axis. Secondary y-axis. What do we have? We also have one more called as secondary y-axis. What is a secondary y-axis? Every company maintains the target. Every company has the target. So whether the line is touching the target or not. Okay, simply if you remember in the cricket, okay, from the cricket, okay, the cricket line chart is the best example to show you. Okay, let me show that the cricket example. Okay, what is that cricket example? Line chart in cricket. Okay, in cricket, chasing. Okay, if you see in the cricket chasing, 300 is the score. Okay, 300 is the score. So you see this line chart. Okay, we regularly see this. Okay, we regularly see whether the line is how many balls, how many overs. We see regularly this line chart. Okay, let me click on this one. Okay, you see whether they have already scored is 300. Okay, 50 overs, they have already scored 300. So the current 246 are the overs. Okay, on the x-axis 246, these are all the overs, and this is the score. 300 is the score that Bangladesh scored. Okay, so how, and this dotted lines, okay, this dotted lines represents the fall of wickets. This dotted lines represents the fall of wickets. Okay, this dotted lines represents fall of wickets. Whichever the wicket is fell down. Okay, and here if you see, this is overs, number of overs. This is the targets. Okay, target or the runs. So the Bangladesh reached. So you see 42nd over. In the 42nd over, Bangladesh reached some 300 runs. Or Bangladesh maybe it is going through chasing. And this West Indies played to some runs. Okay, 300 runs. West Indies scored 300 runs in 50th over. By 50 overs, West Indies scored 300 runs. But Bangladesh already hit the target in the 42nd over only. Okay, Bangladesh already reached the target in the 42nd over only with fall of 3 wickets. So how many wickets? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wickets. Here it is only 3 wickets. You see, every time regularly when we watch the cricket, we see this line. Okay, this is This is normal y-axis. Okay, this is normal. Okay, let me erase this. We have y-axis and secondary y-axis. Okay, we have y-axis and secondary y-axis. This is y-axis. This is secondary y-axis. Okay, now let us go through our example. Okay, so because we automatically connect to our cricket, so that is the reason I said. So let me add the tax amount in the secondary y-axis. Okay, tax amount in the secondary y-axis. How much tax that we are paying every month? Okay, how much tax we are paying every month? Let me go to format the visual. So let me change the color. So expand the line. So tax amount, let me make some color coding because they have got mixed. So that is the reason. Let me make some color changing. Okay, so let us make the dark red color. So not visible. Okay, let us go with this color only. Okay, so here if you see, I can hover over it. So what I'm able to see, 5,11,306 is the total amount. And what is the tax amount that we are paying in the January? $37,871 is the tax amount that we are paying. Okay, what is the highest tax amount that we paid? So here we have paid highest tax amount, that is 1,870,175 or $1.8 million. So we are paying the tax like 1.3. Okay, $1.3 million or 138 some value. Okay, so here also we have the same thing. What is the tax amount that we are paying? So here also what is the tax amount that we are paying? And I can drill up or drill down. I can drill up or drill down. You see, what is this total sales going up and down, going up and down? Okay, but the tax amount is we are paying little amount of tax. Okay, it is we are paying little amount of tax, and this range we need to arrange it in the x-axis or y-axis. We can arrange the range. So what is the minimum? What is the maximum? I can also expand secondary y-axis. What is the minimum and maximum value that I can add? And I can increase or decrease display unit. So I can go for 1,000. So I can see the value in 1,000. Or if I go for million, I can also see the value in million. Okay, I can also see the value in million, the display unit. Coming to the legend. Okay, coming to the legend. Let us go one by one. Let us go one by one. Secondary y-axis. And coming to legend. So how do we want to have the legend? We haven't added any legend. Let me add region into the legend. Okay, so we can see the data by the legend. Okay, what happened? Okay, I'm not able to add legend. Okay, I can add in the small multiple. We can see the data in the multiples. Okay, we can see the data by the multiples. Legends, let me try adding. Okay, it is not taking. Non-measure field is required. Okay, why it is not taking legend, region as legend? It is going, but it is not in here. Okay. So I think let me add legend by the region. Yes. Now you see, now we have added the legend. Okay, we can see the line chart by region. Okay, what we are able to see? We are able to see the legends line chart. Okay, how much we are paying, how much the each region that we are making, each region by region, how much sales that the company has made. Okay, and how much we are able to see. So that is what we have it. So if you see here, so the central, we do not have the data here. Okay, so what do we need to do for seeing that? We need to have the zoom slider. Okay, we can increase or decrease. We can increase and decrease. We can see so how it is getting impacted. Okay, for central, if you observe the central. Okay, what is this? Central, orange color is central. So lowest, comparing with all other regions, central is the lowest. Central region is the lowest region that is making the lowest sales. So that is what we can observe from this. Shade area, if I turn this on, it becomes area chart. Okay, if I turn this on, it becomes the area chart. We will have the shade underneath, under the line. Okay, so let us go through the line. We can go for different colors. How do we want to see the line style? How do we want to see the line style? It is solid. I can also make it dash. This dash style is only applicable to Australia because in the series we have selected Australia. We can also go for join type, whether do we want to have bitter or whether do we want to have it bevel. The style is changes. Interpolation type, do we want to have it linear? Linear is the line, the way you see. You observe this, linear. If I make it smooth, we will get it smooth. If I make it step, we get it in a stepwise. The way we see the steps in our home, it goes stepwise. And what is the step position? Do we want to have it step position before? Do we want to have it center? Or do we want to have it after? So this is step. Color. What is the color that we want to see? So I can also make it some other color. Yellow, yes, I can make it yellow. I can also make it pink. I can also go for some other color, black. So this is, so scale by width, I can also go for dotted. Yes, we get it by the dot. Let me increase the width. We will understand. Okay, by the dot. I can also go for solid dash. We will get it by the dash, dotted. But because of the width, it got mixed. And also I can also go for custom. In the custom, we can change the dash array. How do we want to have it? The dash array. Scale by width. We can also scale it by width. Cap, how do we want to have it? The cap. Rounded cap or round, square or flat. What is the join type? Round. Do we want to have it round or meter? So this is applicable for the line. And let me make it to default. Where is that default? Yeah, click on default. So when I make it, when I enable the shade area, it becomes area chart. When I enable the shade area, it becomes the area chart. Let me turn this off and let me also rub this, erase this. Data labels. If you want to see, until and unless I hover over the line, I'm able to see the value. I do not want like that. I want to see the value. Turn this on, data labels. Yes, it is turned on. Yes, it is turned on. If you want to disable for anything, I can click on this. I can disable it. Only for Australia, it will be disabled. Okay, that is clicking on the series. Position. How do we want to see the labels? It is automatically generated. Do we want to see it above? Yes, above the line, we get the value. Below, under, we will also get it under the line. So minimum, maximum outside. Do we want to increase or decrease the value? So that is optimize the label display. Let me increase. No, there are no changes. So this is options. We can also turn on the title and we can see what is the name. Australia, Australia, it is getting repeated. Custom, we can add if you want to add anything. Series name we can have. So it is only applicable to Australia. So that is the reason it is giving us Australia. We can also add it for the Canada. So turn this on. Canada, 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 we got it, you see. So here you see Canada. Values, we can increase or decrease the values. Okay, this is only applicable to Canada. Make it bold, italic, and underline. So this is applicable for, and display unit. How do we want to see? Now we are able to see it by auto. So it is taking $0.18 million. If I go for none, we get the complete value. And if I click on 1000, we get it in the 1000 format. Million format. So how many decimals that we want to see after the point? Make it 3, we can see the 3 decimals. Make it 4, we can see the 4 decimals. Details. I can also turn on the details. And if you want to add anything in the details, we can add. Background color, only applicable to the values. We can have the background color. Layout, single multi-line. So how do we want to see? Do we want to see it as a single line or multi-line? So only the title is changing. You see Canada. Horizontal, yes, it is changing. Okay, this is what we have it. So what we can do in the filters, we can filter this out. Okay, region, we can select one region, Canada, and we can go for whatever the I mean, it got mixed. So that is the reason you were not able to understand. Details, I can have the details. Background color, we can add the background color. Turn this on and we can have the background color. No, it is not getting applicable. Let me change some other color. No, it is not applicable. Layout, single line, multi-line. We can click on left. Canada moves to left. Where is that? Canada. So it is applicable to all. So turn off data labels. Okay, we will not be able to see the data labels. Turn this on and leader lines, enable this. So how do you want to see the leader line? Okay, we can. Okay, let us ignore this for now. So let us go through the markers. Okay, so markers, everything we have, all the markers. Let me enable the marker. Okay, so we get the marker. You see, when I hovering over it, I'm getting the dot. So that is called as a marker. Yes, we are able to get the markers. How do we want to see the marker? It is dot. I can also make it square. It changes to square. Make it diamond. It changes to diamond. You see, changes to diamond. Increase the width. We will see this. You see, diamond. It also, we can also make it this shape, rhombus, filled diamond. Sorry, it is triangle, X dash and underscore plus. So this is what we can make it. Rotation. How do you want to rotate it? You see, it is getting rotated. You observe this one. Okay. So you see, it is rotating. So we can rotate it for 360 degrees. So this is the marker. So let us, and also we can have the marker color, only marker color. Okay, make it pink. Yes, the marker color is made it into pink, or make it some other color, brown. So let me click on reset to default. Come down. Data labels. So how do we want to apply? So all it we have filtered. So let me come down. Series label. Okay. So we got Canada. The series label is applicable to the legends. Okay. We can make the changes, increase the maximum width. And series position, do we want to have it left or right? We can have it on the left side or right side. Values also we can increase or decrease the size. The values also changes. Only applicable to the series. Make it right side, we will see series. We can also have the background of the series. Word wrap, we can also have it. So this is about the line chart. Okay, this is about the line chart. When do we use line chart? When we deal with the trend lines of the company, we use line chart. Now let us go through the next visual. Let us go through the next visual. So right click and click on duplicate. Okay, the next visual is area chart. Area chart. Same line chart and area, both of them are same except the area under the line. So click on area chart. Click on area chart. It looks similar. It looks similar, but the only thing is that we need to turn on the shade area. We need to turn on the shade area. So when we deal with the region-wise sales, we use area chart. Region-wise sales or country-wise sales, we use area chart. So this is area chart. So let us go through the next visual, that is right click and duplicate. The next one is stacked area chart. Okay, stacked area chart. So we get each and individual, it will be, we will have the way we have stacked the bar chart. So everything in a single. Okay, we can see it in the single. Why? Okay, it is zoomed. So that is the reason we are getting. So this is what, okay, let me take this off. Okay, let it be like that. So this is area chart. Stacked area chart. I can also have the series label, total label. Okay, so I can also have the total label. Okay, only the total label of this particular quarter one. So let us go through the here. Yeah, now it is easy to understand. So stack means in a single, we will get all the values, all the region wise data. So if you see here, we got 2.8 plus some, okay, for all 2014, 7.64 million is the total. 7.64 million is the total. 6.22 million is the total of 2015 for Australia for all. 17.79 million is the total of, okay, this one 2.3 plus 3.3, 3.6 plus 2.3 million. So all this comes into picture in the total. So this is what the total label. Series label we can enable and disable. So how do we want to see the series? Do we want to see the series on the left side? We can see it. On the right side, we can see it. So this is the stacked area chart. Stacked area chart. In a single area, everything is stacked. In a single area, all the visuals are stacked. This is stacked area chart. 100% stacked area chart. In a single, okay, we get it like this. The way we have seen 100% stacked bar chart, here also we have the same thing. Let me add order date, and the total sales. So we get it in a stack. Okay, total sales out of 100%, what is stack that we have it. And the region, let me add it. Now you see, so this is stack out of 100%. What is the contribution of region on the total sales? So what do we need to add? We need to add the data labels. So we got 36%. 2015 it is 36.44%. 2016 it is 26. Out of 100%, what is the contribution of Australia? Out of 100%, what is the contribution of this Canada? Out of 100%, what is the contribution? Okay, so this is the 100% stacked area chart. 100% stacked area chart. 100%. Let us go through the next chart, that is line and stacked column chart. Okay, line and stacked column chart. Line and stacked column chart is the combination of line chart and the stacked column chart. We get the bars plus the line chart. We get the bar plus line chart. So if you see, where is that? Where is that line? And okay, we do not have it over here. So let us go through in there only. Okay, so let me click on line and stacked column chart. Okay, if you see what we are able to see, so stacked column chart, what do we have in the stacked column chart? Where is that stacked column chart? Yeah, here it is, the stacked column chart. Yes, it is same as stacked column chart. But I want to see the line, how it is going. Okay, whether it is increasing, whether it is decreasing like this. So if I have the target, okay, if I have the target, so how can I see the data? How can I see the data? So this is my target. How my target is impacting the sales, or what is the sales amount, or what is the tax amount that is impacting. So we have y-axis. We will also have, where is that? Okay, in here we do not have it. So if I make it into line and stacked column chart, column y-axis, we have column y-axis and line y-axis. So in the column y-axis, we added total sales. Okay, we are able to see it in the bar. Okay, we are able to see the data in the bars. If I add any measure in the line y-axis, we can also see the line over the bars. Okay, line over the bars. This is mainly used when we have the data of current year sales, previous year sales, or the targets that we have, business plan that we have in the organization. We have actuals. Okay, we have actual. So what is actual? What the sales, normal sales, every year, every day that we see the actual sales target. So every company, they maintain the targets. What is the target? Okay, In this year, I would like to reach, the company is estimated to reach $1 billion. Okay, $1 billion. But we only reached $0.9 billion, only $0.99 million. $99 million. Okay, what is that? 0.1. $1 million is less. Okay, $1 million is dropped. So this is, we can go with target and actuals. So let us see how we can deal with it. Let us see how we can deal with. So I can also have the line chart, a line y-axis. So in the line y-axis, what I can do, I can add the tax amount. I can add the tax amount. What is the tax amount that is impacting? What is the tax amount that we have? It is getting impacted. So how much tax amount that we have added, that we have paid? So when I hover over it, okay, when I hover over it, I'm able to see what is the tax amount that I have. So here, if I hover over it, okay, the tax amount is some amount, okay, 5,65,000. So that is what we have it. We also have the sales. So we can see whether how much the tax amount that we are paying every year. How much tax amount that we are paying every year. This is line y-axis. Okay, this is line y-axis. Now I can also go to x-axis, categorical. We can also have the categorical. We will also get the value, and let us go through the layout. So default layout, okay. Go through the y-axis. We can increase or decrease the range. Secondary y-axis, we can have it. So lines. So how do we want to see the lines? I can also have the shade area. If I go for shade area, I can also add the shade area under the line. Markers, we can also have the markers. Series label, I can also have that series label as the tax amount. Okay, series label as the tax amount. And here, if you see total labels, I can also see the total label. Okay, so this is the total label. Out of 7.64 million, okay, 7.64 million, 0. I think 0. Where is that? Let me hover over it. Okay, 7. Where is that? Tax amount, total sales, we have it. Where is the tax? Yeah, tax amount is 5.6, which is 0.57 million is the tax amount. Okay, so 0.57 is the tax amount. This is tax amount. This is total amount. Okay, this is total amount. And this is tax amount. So $7.64 million that we have earned in the 2014, and we paid around $0.57 million. So we can go for multiplying, or we can go for minus, okay, 7.64 minus 0.57. So we get, on an average, we get 7 million. 7 million is the amount that we generated in the year 2014 after paying the taxes. This is line and stacked column chart. Stacked column chart. So let us go through the next visual, that is right click. Right click, duplicate. The next thing is that line and clustered column chart. Okay, line and clustered column chart. What is the difference? Stack means in a single bar we get the region as the legend. Legends will be in the single bar. In the cluster, we will not be getting in a single bar. It will be in the cluster. Okay, we can see the separate region in the separate. By the region, we can see the each and individual region, we will have the bars. Okay, each and every individual, we have the bars. So you see 2014, the Australia. So what do we have here? 2014 Canada. I can also see it. Okay, so let me click on focus mode. We will be able to see this. 2015, 2014, the region Australia, it is $2.8 million. So here it is 2014. 2014, 2015, and 2016. So out of all, so this one has the more number of sales. And what is the lowest out of all these? We can see this is the lowest sales. This one we have the lowest sales. So we can easily observe. Okay. Looking into the data, looking into the number. So looking at the visual, we can easily understand what is happening in the organization. We can click on back to report, then we get into the report. This is line and clustered column chart. Line and clustered column chart. Let us go through the next visual, that is pie chart. Okay, next it is pie chart. So we can have pie chart and donut chart in a single. So let me go for pie and donut chart. So pie chart, the way we see the pizza, okay, it is the same. The way we have the slices, we will also see the same thing in here. Let me copy this, paste it over here. And copy this, paste it over here. Pie chart and donut chart. So we will see what is the difference between both. Okay, pie chart. So here we have legend. First one is legend. Second one is values. Third one is detail. Legend, values, and detail. Let's see what we are going to get it. So, and also this chart, pie chart is used, donut chart is used when we have the slices or the data in the category less than 6 or 7. So it would be easy to understand the data. Here, let me add the region and add the total sales. What we are able to see? We are able to see the percentage and also the value. Okay, $9.78 million, and out of all, it is 30.89%. It is contributing the sales. Australia is contributing throughout all the years. It is contributing 30.89% for the company. Australia is the main asset for the company. And coming to the next one it is this one. Okay, next one it is 19.48%. And third one it is 12.42%. Here's 11.56, 9.86, 9.0, 6.1. Okay, so these are all the contributions that they are making, that all the regions are making. Let us go through, and we also have detail. In the detail, let me add from the product, let me add the category. So region will be splitted by the category also. Now you see, we are also getting the category. Let me click on the focus mode. So in the Australia, what is the category? Okay, accessories 0.45%. But out of all, 30.21% is category bikes. And the next one is small percentage clothing, 0.23. But the value as it is got within the category, so it is not encouraged to have the data by details. So let it be in a single category only, single legend only. Single legend only. Go to the formatting visual, expand the legend. How do we want to see the position of the region legends? I can click on make it top left, top center, right. We can go for right, but we are not able to see. Okay, let me increase this. Then we will be able to see it. Top left stacked, we will get it. Top right stacked on the right side. Center left, center right. Okay, in the center. Okay, bottom left, bottom right, and bottom center. So this is the position of the legends. But by default, it is top left only. And the text. If you want to change the color coding or increase the size, make it bold, italic, underline, we can go for it. And also have the text color. And we can also add the region. Okay, region wise. I can also change region wise. Only applicable to the legends. Make it, let me click on reset to default. In the pizza, the way we have the slices, in the visual also we have the slices. So it is applicable to all, the series is all. I can click on any country, any region, and I can change the color. Click on the color and we can make the color change. Southwest, I can also go for making the color of Southwest. Click on other United Kingdom. I can also go for making the color change. So this is the series. Whether do we want to have the borders? Maybe it is applicable to the color, match fill color. Okay. So let me go for some other color. Maybe it is applicable to the borders of the slices. Okay. Width, let me increase the width, we will understand. Okay, it is not giving fill color. Okay, we can ignore that. Reset to default. Data labels. What is the data label? Data label is the combination of value plus percentage. It is the combination of value plus percentage. How do we want to see the data labels? So by default, it is outside. Yes, by default, it is outside. The data labels are outside. I can also make it inside. It goes in. We can also go for prefer outside. Yes, it goes out. Prefer inside. Yes, it goes in. Now let us go through by default outside. And label content. How do we want to see the label? Only category, we will get it. The category. Only the category. Category represents the name. We can see the name. Next one is data value. We can only see the value of particular region, particular legend. Percent of total. We can only see the percentage of the total. How much the region is contributing, which region is contributing. Data category and data value. What is the category and data value? Next one, category percentage. We will get it in the percentage. Data value and percentage. And the last one in all detail levels. We will get the category, value, percentage. Three things. So that is the label content. Values, we can increase the values. So display unit, how do we want to display the unit? Done, we will get the complete value. So this is the data value. Let me click on the default. Rotation, how do you want to see this? We can rotate it to 360 degrees. So this is slices, detail levels and rotation. I think we can also have title. Okay, let me go to general and expand the effects. I remember that in the slices, we can, let me take the Australia. Okay, this is what we have it in the pie chart. Okay, this is what we have it in the pie chart. Okay, this is about the pie chart. Let us go through the donut chart. So donut is just like the dessert or the sweet that we have it. So we can also make it into donut chart. So let me make it into donut chart. So whatever the space that we have internal, it will be taken off. So it just becomes like a donut. Let me go through the formatting. Same options. Position, we can go for left, right, and all these. Okay. Title, we can change it. Slices, let me expand the slices. Color, we can add the slices color. Borders, we can go. Spacing, inner radius, what is the radius that we want to give? This is the difference. Okay, the radius, we can change the radius. How much do we want to have the internal radius? Okay, this is internal radius. So this is the difference. Same label content, all options are same. Visuals. Okay, so we have tree map. Another visualization and another visual that we have is tree map. So the way we have the total sales by region, so we can also do that. So let me take tree map. So we can also see the data by the highest to lowest or lowest to highest by using the tree map. Tree map is also, we have category, region, category, details, and values. So we have category, details, and values. The way we have the pie chart. So we also have the same thing. So let me copy this and paste it over here and type tree map. Tree map. So this is what we have. So let me click on the visual and let's see what do we have. So legends, it is turned off. Turn on the legends where we can see the regions. Colors, so we have advanced colors, advanced controls, and we can change the colors. So whatever the color that we need, we can go and change it into the light colors. So go click on more and change it into the light colors. More and make it into the light colors. Germany, we can go and change it into the light colors. More colors, yes, change it. France, more color, change it. Canada, click on more color and change it so that we can see the data. We can change the colors in directly straightforwardly in the colors option. Layout, so the tiling method. So what do we have? We have tiling method. The tiling method is squarified. So we are able to see the data in the squares. This is also based on the value that we have it. Total sales by region. Click on make it binary. We can also see it in the binary. Okay, now you see before previously it was square. Alternating columns rows. So we can also see it in the rectangle. Okay, the way we have it. And how much space that we need to have in between each and every tile. Okay, each and every tile. So this is tiling method, which is different from pie chart and donut chart. Data label, if you want to see the number, until and unless I hover over it, I'm able to see the value. So let me turn on the data labels. Now we are able to see the data labels on the bottom. Expand the data labels and we see the data label color coding, make it bold and change the color to black. We can see it in the black color or make it into some other color, more color and make it red. We can also see it in the red color, make it italic, underline and increase the size. Yes, we are able to see the data labels. Category labels, the one which you see Australia, Southwest. So these are all the category labels. I can increase the size of the category labels and also make it into red color. Make it bold, italic and underline. So this is category label that we have it in the tree map. So this is in the tree map. Yes, we got the tree map. Let me right click and click on duplicate. Click on this and let us go for checking other visual, that is funnel chart, or we also have ribbon chart. There is no difference between the ribbon chart and the bar chart. So it is, we can see the ribbons in the horizontal. So the only difference that we have is we can turn on the ribbons or turn off the ribbons. If you turn off, we can see the data in the just the way we have the bar chart, we can see it. Okay, the way we have the stacked column chart, we can see it. And the clustered column chart, we can see it. The only difference, we can just turn on the, where is that ribbons? Okay, we do not have the ribbons in here. So let me click on this and we can see the ribbons. Yes, turn on this, it becomes the ribbon chart. Turn off this, it becomes the bar chart. Now you see just the way we can just turn on and turn off the ribbons. Okay, so this is what we have it. And what is the horizontal? Vertical orientation, we can see the vertical orientation of the labels. And the position is auto. We can have whether it is inside end, outside end, or inside center, inside base. Text overflow, we can turn this on and turn this off. Detail label, turn this on, we will get the background color. We can have the background color and whether it is multi-line or single line. So this is what we have it in the ribbon chart. So let me make it into ribbon chart. So here also the same thing, ribbon chart. So let me right click and go for duplicate and let's see what kind of other visuals that we have. Next visual is funnel chart. So I can click on funnel chart and now we will be able to see the hierarchical data from highest to lowest. We can see in the funnel chart, the way we have funnel to filter the data, the shape of the funnel. Okay, the upper will be the more space. Okay, and the lower will be like a small rod. So here also we have the same thing. I can expand the color and the default color. So I can enable show all and I can change the color of the bars, each and every color of the bars. Data labels, we can turn this on, turn this off. Okay, we can see, and we can go for the center value, whether do we need to have percentage of first. We can have the percentage out of 100 percentage, how much each and every percentage it is contributing. Okay, how much each and every region is contributing. So let me do one thing. Let me delete this. Let me remove this and select funnel chart. And here I can add, here we can add region and total sales. So we can see the data by region and total sales. Now I can go to the formatting the visual, expand the data labels, data value. What data value? 9.78 million is the data value that we have it. Do we want to see it as a percentage of first? We can also see it as the percentage of first. Okay. And the next one is percentage of previous. And the next one is data value and percentage of first. So we can also see, so how much the value and what is the percentage. Okay, what is the percentage it is contributing. But here the percentage of first. What is the difference that we have? Percentage of first. So comparing with first, what is the percentage? And again, comparing with previous, what is the percentage it is contributing? 40%. And the next one is previously it is 60%. And here if you see 40% and the previous one is 37% and the previous one is 40%. So this is formatting. Okay, this is formatting. Data value and percentage of previous. So what it is contributing. And the values we can increase or decrease. We can have the none and we can go for value. We can go for 2 as the value decimal. Percentage if we have, we can also have the percentage. So it can be easily changed. Expand colors, show all, enable show all. So I can change the color. I can change the color of all the, so each and every individual region. Click on it and make the color changes. Yes, we have made most of the color changes. So this is funnel chart. Category label. So what do we have the category label? So I can turn off, we will not be able to see the, on the whatever the data that we have it on the Y axis. Okay, the region. Conversion rate. Let me turn off the conversion rate. So the way we see the 100% on the top. So this is conversion rate. So turn this on or turn this off. We also have the conversion rate out of 100%, how much each and every individual contributing. Okay, each and every individual it is contributing. So this is what we have it. It is comparing with the previous. So out of 100%, how much it is contributing. Out of 100% comparing with the previous, how much it is contributing. So this is what we have it in the funnel chart. So let me rename it as funnel chart. Funnel chart. Yes. The next one is, so we can go through the next one, that is card visual. We have regularly seen the card visual. So I can click on this card and multi-row card. Multi-row card. Click on enter. So we have card visual and multi-row card visual. Okay. Yes. So what is the card visual? Mainly used when we want to, when we need to represent the KPIs, key performance indicator, using this card. Okay. I can look into this card and I can understand what are the totals. Okay. What are all the totals? So I can easily understand. So I can go to the formatting visual, expand the category value, and we have the font style. I can change the font style and increase or decrease the size of the font, make it bold, italic, and underline. So this is, it is only applicable to the value. Okay, not this one. Okay, the total sales is not getting affected. I mean the text to total sales. So what is the display unit, what that we need to show? Do we need to have it? None. We can see the complete number. We can see the complete number, complete value. Or if we want to go for 1000, we can also see the data in the 1000 format. And million, yes, we can see the million. Automatically based on the data, Power BI automatically identifies the value. And decimal, how many decimal do we need to have it? 2 decimal, 4 decimal, we can have it. Okay, that is call out value. Category label. So what do we have the category label? Total sales is the category label. Do we need to have the total sales as the category label or not? So that is, I can turn this on and turn this off. So that is category label. Let us go through the next visual, that is multi-row card. Okay, multi-row card. I can click on multi-row card. I can see the same thing card visual, but we can have it in the multi-row. In the field, we can add multiple. Let me add region and add the total sales. Yes, we are able to see the data under the region. We are able to see the value. We are able to see the value of Canada, Central, France. Let me also add one more. Let me also add under the region. Let me add product category. Okay. Now you see, we are able to see the data by the region. Okay. By the region Australia, what are all the categories it has? Okay. Region Australia has 3 categories, that is accessories, bikes, and clothing. We are able to see the total sales. Let me go to format the visual. Click on this. Call out value, we can increase or decrease the size. Color, we can go for making the changes to the color. Only the call out value, accessories Australia. Category label, I can increase or decrease the font size. Cards, what is the style that we want to see? Border. So do we need to have the border on the top? Okay, let me erase so it would be easy for you to understand. Okay, on the bottom, yes, we can have on the bottom. You see this, you observe it. Okay, this one, this is bottom. The one which you see above, this is top. Okay, you see this one, and here it is. Okay, left side, do we want to have it left side? Yes, we can have it on the left side. Right side, yes, we can have it on the right side. Outline color, when I change the outline color, you will be easily understanding. Okay, now you are able to understand the outline color of the borders. Background color, I can also change the background color. And padding, how much do we need to have? The space in between each and every region category total sales. What is the padding that we can have it? Okay, so let me reset to default. Accent bar, turn this off. The one which you see on the left side, the accent bar. Okay, the one which you see, you observe. Okay, you observe on the left side. Okay, you observe on the left side. If I turn this on, you see this accent bar. These are all the accent bars. You see this black color. This is accent bar. If I turn this off, if I click on it and turn this off, we will not be able to see this. You see the accent bars, we are not able to see. So that is accent bar. Accent bar. So this is about card and multi-row card. Let us go through the next visual. Okay, let us go through the next visual. So that is, let us discuss about decomposition tree. Okay, decomposition tree. Okay, what do we have in the decomposition tree? Let us see that. So let me go to funnel chart and copy the title. Copy this and paste it. Let me write decomposition tree. Decomposition tree. Okay. So what do we have in the decomposition tree? We have analyze, explain by, and tooltip. Okay, analyze and explain by. So how do we see? What do we have in the tree? Okay, what do we have if we take the tree? Okay, what we can see it on the tree? So tree, this is the tree. Tree has branches. Okay, tree has branches. And the branches can have leaves. Okay, small leaves. Okay, small leaves. The branches can have small leaves. Okay, the way we have the main tree and the multiple branches, and multiple branches can also have the multiple leaves. So here the decomposition tree also works the same thing. Okay, decomposition tree also works the same thing. So how do we want to analyze and explain by? So how do we want to analyze and explain by? So analyze takes the numeric data, explain by takes the dimension data. Okay, analyze takes numeric data and explain by takes dimension data. Let me add the sales amount, total sales. Okay, we got the sales amount. Okay, explain by what we can add in the explain by. I can add region. Okay, I can add region. So what we have got, we got the plus symbol. Okay, we got plus symbol so that it can be expanded. Okay, it can be expanded. Let me erase this. And what kind of options that we are going to get when I click on the plus symbol? So choose how to split your data. There are three options. High value, we will get the data total sales by higher region value to lower region value. And the next one is low value, lower to higher, and only the region. If I click on region, we will get it by the region. No, I do not want like that. Okay, let me remove this level. We have the level. Next, let me click on this high value. Okay, now you see, as per the higher value, we are able to see the data. Australia, first higher value. Second is Southwest, Northwest, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Canada. No, let me click on remove this level and make it low value. So we can get the data by the lower value. Okay, only lower value. Need to scroll up. Okay, actually we got it from the lower value, but we need to scroll up. Okay, so this is in the next level. Okay, the way you see, okay, you see this small branches. Okay, you see the small branches. Okay, you see the small branches. So it is the branch. Let me add one more level. Okay, in the explain by, let us go to the category. Let me add category, subcategory, product name. Okay, product name. Now let me remove this, the level. Click on this. We got high value, low value, region, category, subcategory, product name. So let us go and expand the region. Yes, that's well and good. The region is being expanded. Okay, click on the plus again and let us go through the next level, that is category. Okay, this is a branch. Okay, this is a branch. What we are able to see, we are able to see the next level, sub branch or subcategory or leaves. Okay, this is branch. And what do we have? I can click on the branch. Okay, if I click on the Southwest, I can see the Southwest sub branches. If I click on the Northwest, I can see the sub branches. United Kingdom, yes, I can see. Yes, now you see, we are able to see it. Next level, I do not want to see the least. Okay, I only want to see the Germany's next level. Click on choose how to split your data. Let us go through the subcategory. Now I can see it by the subcategory. And go click on the Australia. We will be able to see the category and the subcategories. Again, click on this product name. Now you see what are all the related product names that we have it under the Australia. Under the Australia, what are all the categories, subcategories, and associated product names? I can click on this. Now I will be able to see here, Southwest. France, I can see the data by the France. So this is decomposition tree. So what are all the options available in the decomposition tree? Let us check. Go to format visual, expand analysis. Enable AI split, automatic split, analysis type. It is absolute. Let me click on relative. Okay, we are not able to see anything. Let it go for absolute only. Trees. What do we have the trees? We have the density and the default action. Okay, let me click on this, make it dense. Okay, now we are able to see it as a dense. Okay, let me make it sparse. So it is increasing and decreasing. And filter or highlight. Let me click on collapse and disable this. So it is changing. You see, it is changing. So it is coming by higher to lower value. Let me make it this one. Okay, higher to lower value. Let me go for dense. So it will be in the dense. So the size is being decreased. And connectors. Okay, connectors. What are the connectors that we have? So the one which you see, the blue color, this is the connector. Okay, this one is the connector. So what do? Let me click on this, make some other color. Okay, you see the connector color has been changed into red color. Okay, the connector color has been changed into a red color. Let me make it into some other color, yellow color. Yes, it has been changed. Let me make it into some other color. Unselected lines. Okay, what are all the unselected lines? Apart from the blue color, okay, selected lines, whatever we have unselected lines, we can see it. We have unselected lines, light gray. Okay, I can make it into black. Now you see the black color has been changed. Unselected colors. Okay, this one is the unselected color. This one is the unselected color. So how can we differentiate between the selected and unselected color? By the selected lines and unselected lines. Default, let me click on round. Okay, now we are able to see the size has been changed into little round color. If I click on this default, we are able to see the default. So this is connectors. Let me click on reset to default. And let me erase this. Bars. Okay, so what do we have in here? We have bars. So the size scale to level maximum. Let me click on top node. Okay, let me click on top node. Let me go here. So top node, it changes. And parent node. So what is parent node? And the next one is level maximum. So this is what we have it. Start, what is the start? And what is the end number? Okay, increase the size or decrease the size. Okay, this is scale to. Colors, we can change the positive bars as this color, negative bars to some other color. If we have the negative numbers, bar background, I can also change the bar background color. Okay, so this is what we have it. Let me click on reset to default. Category labels. So we can increase or decrease the labels. Okay, category labels. Values also, we can increase or decrease the values. Okay, we are able to see headers. We can have the headers. What is the title? We can increase or decrease the header color. And subtitles, we can also increase or decrease the subtitles. Okay, the one which you see, this is headers, region, category. France. Okay, France is selected. Bikes is selected. Road bikes. Now this is subtitles. Okay, I can also lock and unlock. Okay, we can also lock, unlock. If I click on this, so this level is locked. So this level will be locked. So if I click on Southwest, this level, okay, I'm not able to select. Okay, we are able to lock. Okay, so let me change. Yes, I can select. So this is category and subcategory. I cannot delete. Okay, with lock, I cannot delete. If I unlock, I will get the close, remove level. If I lock, I cannot remove. Okay, this is lock and unlock. Conditional formatting, we can also add the conditional formatting. So we have seen that. So this is about the decomposition tree. Okay, I can also undo it by clicking on the top, okay, the top symbol. Okay, so I can click on this, undo. So this is undo option that we have it. Yes. And let us go through the next visual, that is question and answer. Okay, let us go through the next visual, that is question and answer. So let me copy this Q&A. What is Q&A? We can ask questions about our data. Okay, we can ask questions about our data and it can give the response. Question and answer, Q&A. Okay, so question and answer we can ask. Okay, so what we can do here, so what, in order to ask the question, I can click on the question and answer. Okay, it is preparing the question and answers. It also gives some suggestions based on the data. First, Power BI reads whatever the data that we have it. Power BI has a capability of reading the data that we pull from the different sources. You see, question and answers are being, we got the suggestions. First of all, we got the suggestions. Okay, or I can also remove this. Double click so that we can also get the question and answer. What I did not select it from the visualization. I have double clicked. Okay, I have double clicked. I can ask the question about the data. Okay, what is the question I can ask? Okay, total sales by region. Let me type total sales by region and click on enter. Okay, total sales by region. So let's see whether we get it or not. Okay, let's see whether we get it or not. Okay, total sales by region. No, I'm not able to get. Yeah, we got it. You see, total sales by region, we got it. Okay, what we are able to see, we are able to see, you observe the goodness. Okay, you observe the best feature that we have in the Power BI. Okay, best feature that we have it in the Power BI. That is, we asked a question, total sales by region. We did not ask, I would like to see it in bar chart, or I would like to see it in pie chart, or anything. We just asked total sales by region. We are able to see the data by region, and we have got total sales. Okay, we got total sales. But what I need to do here, I can do total sales by region. I do not know the much English, but I want to go with Butler English. Okay, I write pie chart. Pie chart, click on enter. Now you see, I have got it by the pie chart. How beautiful it is. Okay, no, I do not want in the pie chart. Let me go for donut chart. Donut chart. Click on enter. Yes, now we got the data by donut chart. Okay, how beautiful it is. And let me write some other chart. Okay, let me only need only value. Let me type only value. Only value. Okay, we got it. Only total value. Okay, let me write only total value. Only total value. Let's check. Now you see, we got the total value. I'm just trying. I'm just giving whether it is understanding or not. I'm trying to question it. Okay, it is answering based on our text. Okay, based on our text. This is also text analytics. One of the feature in artificial intelligence, machine learning, text analytics. It is working on the text analytics. So what do I do here? Now let me write. Now let me write. Let me go for writing bar chart. Let me take the bar chart. Okay, even I said CHAT. Okay, I missed R in CHART, but it understood. Okay, but it understood. Okay, now what do we need to do? Now we can go for, okay, we have an option called as turn this question and answer result into a standard visual. Okay, turn this question and answer into a standard visual. Okay, so what I can do, I can click on the setting. Okay, I can click on the setting. Okay, I can go for writing review questions. I can go for synonyms. Okay, let me take this off first of all. Let me click on turn this question and answer into a standard visual. Yes. How much time did we take to create the visual? So within seconds or less than a minute, we can create by double clicking and enabling question and answer. Okay. Next one is slicers. Okay. Next one is slicer. Complete slicers. Slicers. Okay. What is a slicer? Slicer is used to filter the data. First thing, slicers are used to filter the data that we regularly use to filter the data. Okay, that we regularly use to filter the data. Let me take this visual. Okay, let me take this visual and make it into a table so that it would be easy to slice the data. Increase the font size, increase the global font size to 15. Yes, now we are able to see it. So here I can select the slicer. Okay, I can select the slicer and filter the data. So let me add the category. Okay, let me add the category. Click on accessories. Yes, it is getting filtered. Click on bikes. Yes, it is getting filtered. Click on clothing. Yes, it is getting filtered. But here, if you see, it is only single select. I'm not able to select multiple at a time. Okay, I'm not able to select multiple categories at a time. Let me also add one more slicer, that is region slicer. Okay, region slicer. Let me also add region slicer. And here, let me add category. So category after the region. Okay, now we are able to see category. Let me click on bikes. Okay, or Australia. Now we got bikes accessories. Okay, let me filter out bikes. We got the bikes are being filtered. And also I can click on Australia. Yes, Australia is filtered. Okay, now I want to filter multiple at a time. Go to format your visual, expand the slicer setting. What is the style? There are three styles: vertical list, tile, drop down. Let me click on tile. We get it as a tiles, one after the other. Okay. Now you see we got the tiles. I can click on bike or components, accessories, and clothing. So this is tiles. Next one is drop down. We will get all. I can click on this and expand, select the slicer. Okay, this is another way. Let me click on this, go to format visual, expand the slicer setting, and we have an option called as selection. We have option called as vertical list. Let me click option selection. Okay, what do we have? Multi-select with control plus click or command plus click. So what do we have here? So we can select it by control and click. Okay, let me click on accessories, control and click bikes, control and click clothings. Okay, but when I'm only clicking, I'm not able to click multiple. I'm not able to select multiple. Okay, so what I do, let me disable this. Okay, and we can also have single select. Okay, we can turn on the single select. Only I can click on single select. Now you see the selection has been turned into circle. You see the symbol is being turned into circles. Okay, previously it was square. This is single selection. Let me turn this off. Multi-select only with control and select. But show selection, select all option. Now I can click on multiple options at a time. And also I can click on select all. Okay, I can click on select all. I want to apply the same thing, same format in this slicer. How can I do that? So same option that we have. Let me go to click on format visual. Okay, click on format painter. Whatever the changes that we did in category, it will be applied in this slicer also. You see, Australia, Canada. Yes, I'm able to select multiple. So this is format painter. Same option. We also have it in the Excel. Okay. And next one is slicer header. What do we have in the slicer header? We can change the text, region new. We can also change the font style, expand the size, make it bold, italic, underline. Font color, we can change the font color. Show summary, we can also see. What is the summary? Everything. If I select Australia, yes, now you see, we got Australia being selected. If I click on Canada, yes, multiple selection. Now you see, multiple selections. Central, multiple selections. And you see the eraser symbol when I selected Australia. You see the eraser symbol. Okay, I'm not able to see. You see the eraser symbol. You see, clear selection. That is, the eraser symbol is for clear selection. Okay, let me click on this. Now I can clear the selection. That is show summary. We can add the borders on the top, on the bottom, on the left side, on the right side. Okay, we can also add the bottom. Only this is applicable to the header. Okay, to the text. Background color, we can also go for background color. Light background color. Okay, I can also select right to background color. Pending icon, we can also have the icons on the top. Right to left or left to right. Okay, right to left or left to right. Okay, that is icons. So this is, we can also have the values padding. We can increase or decrease the padding in between each and every selection. In between each and every selection. So that is what we have it. Let us go through the next one. That is, we also have other slicers, that is text slicer. Okay, we also have other slicer called as text slicer. Let me click on text slicer. Let me click on text slicer. I can enter some text and I can filter the data. Okay, I can enter some text and I can filter the data. Let me add something in the product name. Okay, let me add product name. Better, I can add product name here. Okay, here what do? I will also add product name. Let me decrease the little size. Okay, let me also decrease the size. Okay, let me move this. add product name here after the category. Okay, I know the text. Okay, I know the text. Let me write road. Let me type road and click on enter. Okay, whatever the text related to the road, okay, in the product name, whatever the text that we entered, okay, it filters the product name. For example, if I write in place of road, let me write in place of road, I will write bike. Click on enter. Now you see, whatever the text, the product name which has the text bike, it will be filtered out. Okay, let me write some other. Okay, mountain, or I can also write MOUN. That product name column which has the text MOUN, that will be filtered out. HL mountain tire black. Okay, so it is filtering it out. So this is the text filter, text slicer. We can add the text, we can filter by the text. Okay, let us go through the next one, list slicer. Okay, I can add the fields over here. Subcategory, let me add the subcategory. So we get list. I can click on bottle, I can go through, let me go through format visual, slicer setting. Now you see single select, let me take this off. Okay, single select, let me take this off and enable the select all option, or single select, force selection. Okay, force selection. Turn this off. Show all option. In the single selection, we can select all, deselect all. Okay, let me turn this off. Restrict to leaf node. Okay, restrict to leaf node. I can select and unselect. Okay, that is single select selection. Let me reset to default. Layout. What is the layout that we want to see? Button shown. So it is, what is the buttons? We have increased the button size. What is the space between each selection? It is only one. Now we have selected two. What is the indentation? How much we need to have? No, it is not. Reverse indentation. No, it is not. Indent, no. Let me turn this off. Call out value. What we have, all subcategory state, I can hover over it. Now you see we are able to get the color, background color. When I'm hovering over it, I'm getting the background light gray color. Okay, let me change the color to some other color. Okay, you see when I'm hovering over it, bold, make it bold. I'm able to get, okay, let me change some other color, red color. Okay, you see when I'm hovering over it, the color is changing. When I'm hovering over it, the color of the selection is changing. Mountain bike, yes it is. Okay, next what do we have? Pressed. Pressed, it is changing. What do we have? Selected. Yes, it is selected. Okay, let me go for next one, mix. And we also have advanced option. What do we have in the advanced option? Hover over it. Okay, advanced option. Let me turn this off. Advanced, let me see what do we have in the advanced. No, I think we do not have anything in the advanced. Let me turn this off. Let us go through the label. We can turn on the labels. Okay, layout. How do we want to have it? Background color, we can have the background color. So selection icon, we can also have icons before. We have the circles. Okay, so we can have the position right side. We can also have the right side selection, the circles, vertical alignment on the gap. Okay, so this is what we have it in the, what is that? List slicer. So this is what we have it. And we also have card new button slicer. We can also have the button slicer. Let me undo this. So it got selected in the same visual. Let me take this off. Yes. Okay, this is slicer.